All right, what up, guys? We are live, and I already see massive, massive amounts of bickering in the chat. All right, Greg and everyone else, stop fucking arguing in the chat. Jesus Christ, you guys cannot stop bickering. You guys can all come on. This is just a hangout session. So, Greg and Ashley, and if you guys want to discuss this whole situation that happened last night, you guys are more than welcome to do it. I don't want to see you guys bickering in the chat for 20 hours. It's not what I want to see happen in the chat. All right. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be a fun little Friday night hangout session. Is that the real Jesse Lee Peterson? There's no way. He's probably just hanging out with some like 12-year-old boy right now. But yeah. Anyway, so that Jesse Lee Peterson thing threw me off. But yeah. Anyway, it's been a fun week. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed my debate with Stefan. That was on Wednesday. It went for 6.5 motherfucking hours. It took every element of my of my willpower, but the dude literally went insane. I mean, he said he was going to kill me at least 100 times, if not more. He was screaming into the microphone. He just went on full on mask off, crazy person mode. So that's good. I got some good. I got some good clips for the clips channel. That's going to be. I have about a week worth of clips, so I'm pretty happy with that. Also, it's pretty fun to kind of expose losers like that. But yeah, so that was a fun debate. That story arc of my life is over. The Stefan story arc is over. At this point, we've done 3 debates. First one, he got called multiple lies. Second one, he took it down. So unfortunately, no one will get to see it. And third one is up for everyone to see. You can either watch the whole thing, 6.5 hours on Primal's channel. And shout out to him. He did a good job moderating. He was fair. I was initially a little worried, because I didn't really know much about him, but he did a very fair job moderating. So respect to him. And you can watch the full thing on his channel. Or if you want just the TLDR version, so you can go into our PWF Clips channel and watch it there. There's some funny ones over there. Okay, so that's so what do we have coming up for next week? We got the Kevin Ray Wilder versus the Crucible debate, which my bad, I thought it was going to be on Tuesday, but it is actually going to be this Tuesday coming up. I'm going to be debating this feminist named Pixie. I don't know anything about her, but people were telling me that I should debate her, so we're going to make it happen. Probably do another round of speed dating. As you guys saw, we kind of overbooked last time. So that's the thing that sucks about speed dating is you never know who's going to show up. So last time we booked like 4 girls and it was just like a clusterfuck. One of the girls just randomly left without saying anything. The one with the huge tits. It was weird too because no one was picking the girl that I thought was personally the hottest. I mean, all the girls were cute, but I would personally pick the chick with the humongous tits. Pixie was on Fresh and Fit. She's annoying as fuck. Oh, lovely. So I have that to look forward to. I'm going to be doing a big panel on Modern Day Debates channel sometime this weekend. So yeah, a lot of good things ahead. Somebody confirmed if Myron pulled up. No, I haven't seen Myron in like fucking 3 years. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. Myron, like me and Myron met up. No, we haven't seen each other in ages. I saw my roommate saw what's his name, Fresh, walking his like tiny little dog, but that's about it. I debated Pixie playing with farts on my channel. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, we're gonna do a little Q&A and then we're gonna open up the panel. We're not really gonna go for too long. I want to wrap this up by 9:30. There's some other shit I want to do later tonight, but I felt like it'd be good. They can they cannot arrest me. I'm a top G of all top G bitches. Yeah. I don't know if you guys watched the Trump indictments come in. It's getting juicy. Even the political realm is getting interesting. The YouTube realm, the manosphere realm, and the political realm is getting very interesting. I would actually debate Myron 100%. You don't regularly see Myron in Miami. No, I think he mainly just hangs out in his studio. We haven't run into each other in like 3-4 years, and we live like right next to each other. But no, and I don't even go out of my way to like avoid his building or whatever. I walk my dog past his building all the time. We just never see each other. Okay. Let's see what else. Playing with Fire, do Greg versus Sarah and Ashley debate Alex. Yeah, they can all come on and have a discussion. Are you going to be on whatever podcast in the future? I hope so. They invited me to come on. We were all set. We were all set to go on, and then they just disappeared on me. It's really weird too because they keep inviting like all the people I'm friendly with. So it almost feels like if I want to be conspiracy theory minded, it almost feels like they want to just like rub it in by inviting all my friends but dodging me. I think what most likely happened is one of the guests they had probably said something negative about me and they changed their mind. For either the Fresh and Fit crowd or MLD or any one of the myriads of YouTubers who don't like me. But again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe they just realized they don't want to fuck with my channel. I don't know. Do you think Myron is a racist? I don't want to make a definitive statement. I think he's definitely engaged in some racist actions, but is he actually racist? I really don't know. I don't know what's inside his heart. I don't know him well at all. So yeah, I'd rather not make a definitive statement on that. But some of the shit he did was definitely racist as fuck. But does that actually make him a racist? I don't know. Which manosphere YouTuber do you respect the best? Uh, who do I respect the best? I like Duke. Um, who else do I like? Dude, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, I like some of the pickup channels like UMP, Austin Summers. I like those guys, but I don't know if they're like general manosphere. In terms of Red Pill, maybe Coach Greg Adams is okay. In terms of Black Pill, I'd probably say Wheat Waffles because he's the most reasonable. Myron won't debate Alex hates Alex because they're a small channel. Alex didn't want to club. Even that is not like necessarily true. I never said that I. The story is so dumb because I never said Myron I won't debate with him. I just said like he wanted to come on my channel and talk about fitness stuff. And at this point, like I was just done with fitness stuff. It was like getting very low views. So I told him, why don't we hold off until you start your channel and then we can talk about dating. And then I literally was down to have him on when he had like 3,000 subs and I had like 30,000. But I don't know. He just took that as a personal slight that I didn't want to have him on at one point enough in time to talk about fitness. What's the deal with you and Fresh? Why you're always making jabs towards him? Well, because I think he's a clown, but I don't have anything against him personally. I think he's probably a nice guy. He's just kind of dumb and he's kind of a goofball, honestly. I mean, so yeah, I will have fun at his expense, but I don't have anything against him personally. Is it true Duke is a male feminist? I definitely don't think he's a male feminist. Tell Alex he needs to try to get Brittany Venti on sometime. She rose poorly. Yeah, I can reach out to her. Is it dumb to move to a bigger city for dating? It is absolutely not dumb. You should definitely do that. That is how Myron thinks about the situation. Right? Yeah, that is how he probably thinks about it. That is true. That motherfucker holds on to grudges from like 20 years ago. Austin Summers are brutal. Oh, he's doing a play on words. Summers. All right, let's. We got 100 live viewers. Let's drop the link. Kick off the discussion. Okay, I'm gonna drop the link. Do you want to react to MLD video where he breaks down all of his allegations? Is it a long video? Let me take a look and see if it's a long video. MLD allegations. The truth behind the viral attack against me. It's 4 hours and 46 minutes. Shit, dude. I don't know. I can't react to a 5-hour stream. If there's like a really good parts that people want me to react to, I can do that. But yeah, 4 hours and 8 minutes, over 4 hours. There's no way I can react to that. I just don't even care enough. That guy's a loser. He's always going to be a loser. I don't really care enough about him, honestly. He's not important enough for me to spend 4.5 hours reacting to him. If it's a 4.5 hour stream, it's going to be a 9 hour reaction. That's going to be a fucking project. MLD and Saint the Sinner. Jesus Christ, which one of those is a bigger joke? Because I think Saint the Sinner is. I would even say that Saint the Sinner is the bigger joke out of those two. I think both of them are kind of clowns. So I don't even know whose side I would take. Like I think I probably would be more tempted to take MLD's side than I would Saint and the Sinner, but I don't really respect either one of them. Did you finish college, Alex? Yes, I did. Boston University. Got my degree in marketing. What are the chances you'll run into John and his boot camp? Pretty low, I think. But even if I do, I mean, who gives a shit? I think we'll just probably ignore each other. I can't really imagine anything happening. I mean, I have no desire to engage with him or discuss anything with him. If he wants to apologize, which he never will, then I will hear him out. But that's not going to happen. You said Fresh and Fit would get banned. Evan strike. I told YouTube would not care as it happened. That was my prediction, and again, I didn't say it was going to happen instantaneously. I think I thought it was going to happen at some point. I could be right. Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, listen, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I don't have no dog in this fight. I don't actually care if they stay on. In fact, I hope they stay on because it's more funny content for me to react to. So yeah, I mean, that was my prediction at the time. Maybe I was wrong. We'll see. Let it play out for a few more weeks, and then we can definitively say whether they get banned, or not. Question: Can attraction be created through PA, or is attraction created by looks and PUA serves only lower the guard women naturally have towards strangers? Okay, so here's the complex answer. It's a little bit of both, right? When you say PUA, you mean game, right? That's, I think, what you're trying to refer at. So you can absolutely destroy a woman's attraction with bad game, right? So you can have good looks, you go in there and you're super awkward, and that's called, having bad game or bad social skills, and 5 minutes later she's not attracted to you, right? So you can lower her attraction with game. Now, in terms of raising her attraction level, you can do that, but it's to a much smaller extent. So you're not going to go from the point where the girl thinks you're like ugly as fuck and you're extremely unattractive and like spit game on her 5 minutes, and then she's going to like think you're hot, right? That's not going to happen, right? That's too extreme. But what you can do is go in and the girl thinks you're borderline attractive and you're really confident and charismatic, and then she puts you in the yes category. So you're never going to go from a no category to the yes category, but you can go from the maybe category to the yes category with good game. And you can also go from the yes category to the no category with bad game. So hopefully that kind of breaks it down a little bit more. That's kind of the more complex explanation, but I think that things like this require a little bit of nuance. Thoughts on President Sunday's hit piece on Erudite? The fact that she's not really a therapist, I that's what caused my debate with him. Yeah, I don't care at all what her gradations are. It's the dumbest argument ever to me. I literally responded to that video, who gives a fuck? And that's what started off my debate with President Sunday. I think that dude is also a clown. He just comes from a different sphere. Ben Thorpe wants now to do psychological counseling with him. You down? I am keeping that motherfucker as far away as possible from my girlfriend. Playing with fire. Can you set up Zerka? I no longer have contact with Zerka. He has made his position pretty clear that he doesn't want to engage with people like me who are fence sitters. He only wants to talk to people who are hardcore red pillars. What I consider is, what he considers a fence sitter, I consider having nuance and thinking for yourself. But he doesn't want to engage with, I guess, people who are who have nuance and think for themselves. He wants to engage with hardcore red pillars. Wish him the best. But yeah, I messaged him several times. He's not interested in coming on for a podcast, or at least I don't know if he is, because he hasn't responded. His brother was actually asking me for help with Tinder. I helped his brother just for shits and giggles, but yeah, I don't know. Myron is going to make another video on Ab and Preach after the ban gets lit. Myron is really weird when it comes to doubling or tripling down. Yeah, you never know what he's going to do. What is your opinion on the 3 hottest girls you've had on for speed dates? Well, it's going to depend. Are we talking about my hottest or what I think most people will find hottest? Because for me, I find that girl Rosaria really hot, right? But I think most guys, Sky would be considered hotter. But again, my taste is really huge titty, big booty Latinas. But I think for most guys, they prefer someone more like Sky. Yeah, I'd have to. So the answer would be different. Depends on who we're talking about. If you can't afford a Lambo, would you do Salt Daddy Game? Well, you can do Salt Daddy Game without even a Lambo. I used to do Salt Daddy Game when I was broke as fuck. Playing with fire. Thoughts on Greg doxing a fellow PWF mod? Yeah, that was that was a that was an interesting situation. I do want to hear Greg's side of the story before I make a definitive statement. But I think here's the issue: is that it seems like you agree that Greg did accidentally, and that's kind of what it seemed like to me. I could be wrong, right? But I think that does need to take accountability and say, "Yo, I made a mistake," because people make mistakes all the time. Like I've accidentally doxed people in the past, but when that happens, someone points it out to me. I'm like, "Oh shit." I made a mistake and I quickly fixed the issue. I think that Greg can, say he didn't dox her, but like I don't like doxing is revealing any public information that is not readily accessible. It doesn't have to be. So, for example, if there's let's say like Natty, for example, she keeps her last name private, right? And let's say there's a video of her from 10 years ago going on like some news station that shows her last name. Even though that's already public information, that's not directly tied to Natty. So if you reveal that, then that would be considered technically doxing of Natty, right? So the way to handle that is be like, yo, I made a mistake. Like I wasn't trying to do it. It is what it is. And here I'm going to take down the video. So yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of the whole thing could have been handled a lot better. But yeah, I think you guys want to discuss this. So I'll drop the link and you guys can get into it. Do you think, John? No, I don't think doxing is ever justifiable, right? So I was very clear when that happened that it was wrong. But the difference is that John did that on purpose. He knew. Well, there's similarities and differences. There's similarities and differences between the situations. But I think the big difference is that John did that consciously and he was proud of it. Versus I think Greg did it without realizing it. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but we'll see. Alex, so is a public news story considered doxing, meaning it's regularly accessible, was on news station, also country? Also my exact also contradictory that my exact address was shown. Yeah, so she could like right, like if she doxes you, that doesn't mean that like you're not doxing, right? So that second part of it has nothing to do with the argument. And yes, because it is a news story that was not associated with her public persona, right? So no one knew about that news story, which contained her last name, until that was, shown in the chat. So that's the problem, is that now the YouTube manosphere community was able to find out her last name. So yes, it was a doxing to that community. So it doesn't matter that it's publicly available because no one in that community, in the YouTube manosphere, knew that, about that story, right? If that story was readily available in the manosphere, then no, it would not have been. So that's kind of the nuance of that. Okay. Also, you should stop debating feminists and black males. Only debate your equals and teach those beneath you. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to slow down on. I'm definitely going to slow down on debating feminists. I mean, on black pillars because they just are too retarded. Feminists, I'm still having fun with. Will you admit Greg doxed Sarah? Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, of course. But I think he did it accidentally. But yeah, it was definitely a doxing. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But again, I think that everyone, like I've accidentally doxed people in the past, right? There's nothing, as long as it's, if you take responsibility for it, you admit, you're like, hey, listen, I made a mistake, wasn't trying to do that. That wasn't my intention, took the video down. Then I think generally speaking, like that's not a problem. Like I accidentally remember during the whole, my whole feud with John Anthony, I accidentally doxed him because that marriage certificate, which was publicly available, right? Because if you looked up some QR code there, you could figure out, his girlfriend or his wife's last name or whatever, right? But again, I immediately took down the stream. I scrubbed it. I acknowledged responsibility. And that's why I think most people didn't really make a big deal out of it besides him. Okay. Let's drop the link and then you guys can kick off this discussion. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be reacting to a 5-hour fucking MLD stream. It's just a little too long. All right. Link is dropped. Anyone can jump on. You do need to turn on your camera if I don't know who you are and don't trust you, because I am not taking a chance of some weirdo like Stefan playing a porn on my channel. Yeah, Sarah, Greg, if you want to pop on, feel free. You guys can have a discussion, or Ashley or whatever. All right, we got Q2 in the house.
Oh. Hey, what's up?
Well, I know you. You can keep your camera off if you want.
Yeah. So, what is, because you were a third party, what do you know about the situation from a third party perspective on why Greg doxed Sarah?
So I have limited information because I haven't talked to Greg about it yet. I've only talked to Sarah about it, but I also watched only a small portion of that debate after it happened. But
Mm-hmm.
what it looked like to me is that someone sent him an email and he didn't really do his due diligence in checking that email, and he shared that, and then he basically was kind of caught off guard about the fact that it was doxed. But that doesn't make it right. I'm just saying that's like I don't think he did it maliciously, unless he's a good actor. He has me fooled. I mean, I think even Ashley thinks that he did it accidentally, right? But again, that doesn't mean it's not doxing. So yeah. Anyway, let me bring on. We got Greg and Ashley in the back, so I'll bring them on as well. All
So,
right.
what's
Good.
your opinion on then doxing? Then you think it's not okay? Do you think it? If you think it's not okay, what do you do about people who do it then? Because you were friends with John Anthony after he doxed Wheat Waffles. So does the fact that
So
you're friends with doxers matter to you?
The question is, did that person do it on purpose or accidentally, right? So I've acknowledged that I've accidentally doxed multiple people, right? But I'm not a bad person because when I was accidental when I learned about it, I took it down. So we can ask the question to Greg. I mean, to me, it felt like he didn't know what he was doing. But Greg, did you
yeah,
know
I
what you
mean,
were doing?
well, let me explain because it wasn't really doxing. So doxing would mean that the information wasn't already publicly available, like people didn't see it. Apparently, what I was told that a lot of people already saw this news story, and when I did check it, it only had the first name. The last name was like blurred out, right? And then the quality of like the actual thing, because it wasn't like it was pulled up like on the stream. You know how like you bring it up on the big screen? It was more like on the phone. So like most people couldn't really make it out. But yes, there are weirdos that are gonna like
Wait,
make. Hold up, hold up.
wait, wait,
Alex,
afterwards,
actually,
Greg, did
don't
you go on
start
to
doing this
play it
interrupting
on
thing.
your
Can I
stream?
finish?
yeah. Let Greg finish.
Yeah, Ashley,
I
let's
just want like
Greg finish.
Understood. My bad.
this
Thank
is
you.
why I didn't want to do the debate with her to begin with because she's extremely bad faith. Okay, so this is what it is. So if you bring and Primal can even vouch for this, if you bring something up like on the big screen, like full send, it's like you could see everything. It was literally like on like a phone, kind of like this, and it was sent to me by actually an individual who is in Ashley's Discord. It's like a weird person. Like I don't associate with this person. Don't deny it because they literally sent me screenshots from your Discord. And last night during the debate, I had more receipts than you. I had a whole evidence folder of receipts. And this individual sent it to me, whatever. And then after that, they sent me some like obviously NSFW stuff and I had to block them. But yeah, so doxing subjective, obviously the goal isn't to dox her or anyone. I
No,
don't consider it
just say you made a mistake. You didn't do it on purpose. Like
no,
like
but
I've
well,
doxed
okay,
people accidentally, but there's
yeah,
no
if I did dox her, right? Like if I
you
did
do.
dox her, I would. It's like, okay, I showed a receipt, right? But I don't consider it doxing. I'm not denying that I showed the receipt, right?
But the problem is that receipt, as far as I know, has her last name, which she doesn't give out in this community. And now people can use that last name to find out where she lives and whatnot, right? So that's the problem. Is that
Well,
that last name was not accessible to our community up until that incident. Do you see that?
people were already doing it apparently from what I heard. This was apparently done before. I've heard, I mean, I've gotten death threats. I know this is something unrelated, but I heard people already doing this to Ashley. This is what I heard. People already doing this to Sarah long, long ago, and they've seen this. Multiple people have seen this article. Now, my own guess, this is just my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the way I saw it was that behind this receipt was that she was kind of funding something that was like kind of like the incident was, from my understanding, it was like similar to like that Trayvon Martin thing where an African American individual was killed by like cops, like police brutality. And Sarah was doing a fundraiser, but the fundraiser was good. The only issue was that one of the cops actually got acquitted for that murder. Like it was police brutality. She was doing it to support the family. So it's kind of almost like a double-edged sword. Like it's good that you're raising money for the families, but I think they didn't want the information that like it was for like some kind of like acquitted police brutality thing. That's like my understanding of the
Yeah, but
situation.
she's not on the court. She's not like
Yeah.
the one that acquitted him. She had nothing to do with that. She's just
No,
doing
I know. That's why I thought
doing a fundraiser. Okay, we can ask the
you can
audience.
talk. You can
So
talk.
So, guys, did you guys know about this article before last night? I personally, I'll be honest, I've never heard of it. I was actually kind of impressed because I like Minka Kelly, so I was intrigued by the fact that Sarah met her. But I never knew about any of that before that whole thing. But Chad, let me know if I'm wrong. If you guys
Wait,
have
isn't
seen
the
Can I make just one little clarification really quick? It's
Yeah.
pretty important. Actually, all just FYI, but all of the officers were actually acquitted.
Okay, all of them.
Yeah. I just wanted to say because that's just factually incorrect. I didn't know if maybe that was important. So
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Most people, there's one person who said he knew, and everyone else is saying
Okay,
no.
can I clarify one thing too, if it's cool, real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it was people in a different community, people in like the playing with fire verse and like the dating coach thing. Not a lot of them. It's more in like different, like MGTOW and other communities apparently knew about it. Because like everyone here, I feel like is coming from like, well, I don't want to say everyone's coming from different communities, but like for example, like Ashley came here from a different sphere. I was always on the PUA game stuff. I don't know like how Primal came here or like his thing, but I think like it depends on the community.
Yeah, Greg, I can say that I've watched a lot of different communities and I've never seen this talked about.
Okay, because
I've
people
watched a
have
lot
told
of
me
I
that.
watch a lot of black pill content. I watch a lot of red pill content. I watch a lot of PUA content. I have never seen this information before.
and also it could be in other communities, but the point is, like Alex said, you brought it to this community, which was the issue.
Oh, well, I private it. No, but here's the thing: people are acting like I like publicized it. I did private the stream. I did issue an apology until Mrs. Genius in the top right corner made a whole Spurg post about me, just totally going off on me. After that, I was like, well, okay, no more playing nice guy. Like, initially, what did happen?
There's nothing wrong, but there's nothing wrong with
I did
accident.
apologize. Yeah, I did apologize.
But
I'm
that's
sorry,
not
what
even
was
the
that?
thing. There's nothing wrong with like accidentally, like, I mean, I guess it's negligent, but like, no, I don't think anyone's gonna fault you if
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, you know what, I made a mistake, I didn't realize that this article contained
I
her
did
last name.
apologize.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did apologize.
can I
right,
address
On stream.
that next, Alex?
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, go out. Ashley, I'll go after you. Go.
go ahead.
I think Alex has got control of his panel. Thank
No,
you.
you're good. You can go, Ashley.
Thank you. So
Maybe I won't
Greg
get muted.
I'm sorry, is it my turn? Okay, so Greg said earlier that he made an apology, right? And that's true, actually. I was so impressed, Greg, last night. I really appreciated that. No quotes or anything. I
Well,
genuinely
you literally like
I'm
slandered me
still
on
talking.
your community post.
I'm 20 minutes ago. I sure did. Fuck yeah, I did. But I was really happy with you last night. I was very impressed. In fact, Alex, I texted you at some point during the night, and I was like, things are going really well. I'm really proud of Greg. Like, did I not? I was really glad. I was happy. Sarah this morning even woke up feeling a lot better. We were all pretty fucking impressed that you kind of owned up to that. I was kind of feeling good. And then at some point mid-morning to early, almost before noon. Sorry, I'll try to speed it up, but it is relevant. Sarah, Michelle, and I were all kind of in a good mood, being goofy. We were talking on the phone, and you start streaming, and you completely withdraw your apology almost. You said that, well, I really didn't have to apologize. I really didn't actually do anything wrong. I really didn't dox her. When last night we had reached an agreement that you did dox her. And I will say, I even came in and said, Greg, I don't think you did it on purpose at all. I don't think that your intent coming into that was to dox her. And Primal, we all talked about it afterwards. We all agreed we all agreed it wasn't your intent. Anyways, I really, really had given you the benefit of the doubt, but your video you made this morning was really bad faith. You went on with the same things that you've been saying for months now, the slurs and the degradation, after legitimately like making kumbaya peace last night with me, Sarah, Michelle. You even said that you were going to unban Michelle. You go right back on to saying all your same old stuff. And at this point, I say, fuck you, you piece of shit, garbage human being. You're done.
Okay, that's so many
Everyone's
bull-
sick of
so
Lots
much
of
bullshit.
pieces happening.
I'll keep a
Yeah,
good faith. You can be Spurgy. I'm
Okay,
cool.
let me pose the question like this to the panel. So when I was having my situation with John Anthony, right? Remember that time when I released his marriage certificate and I didn't realize that there was that QR code that basically that people could look him up, right? Was that doxing? Just go one by one.
Yeah,
Because
so it was
technically,
doxing.
yeah, it was doxing, right? Ashley, what do you think?
Yeah.
Was that doxing?
What
Greg,
John did to you, or what you? Sorry, could you
No, no,
reiterate your question?
what I did to him. So basically, yeah. So when I released his marriage certificate on my stream, actually I just reacted to someone. In that stream, there was a QR code, and you could look up that QR code and use it to find I guess publicly available information, right? Which is
Okay,
the
yeah.
name of Liz, right? And the address. This is publicly available information because it's in a marriage certificate, but it
Yeah.
was not known in that community. So would that be doxing?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's doxing, right? I think doesn't take Jesus, and I acknowledge that was doxing, right? So I think the reason like no one really gave me shit for that besides John Anthony is because I was just like, yeah, it was a mistake. I didn't mean to do it. I took it down, and you did take down the video, so that is good. I just think you need to own the fact that you accidentally doxed him. It is what it is. It happens to everyone, right? Like it happens often.
You know what it is? And it's like, even if I did own it, right? Because the reason why I apologized was because I felt bad. But here's the issue. She said so many lies. Like, I've caught her in so many lies. It would be different. No, I have receipts on you. There's multiple people that reached out to me after the debate, said, dude, you exposed her. There was many lies. I had so many receipts. One of them, one big lie in particular, and I brought this up on Primal's debate, was she had originally had a post. And in that post, it was like, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for caring, with like a sarcastic undertone. Then all of a sudden, that post was edited moments after. And it's like, oh, you're harassing me. Stop it. I told you not to contact me. I blocked you on everything. And I asked her the question. I said, Ashley, did you block me on everything, or did I block you on everything? She then goes, yeah, you're right, Greg. You did block me on everything and stop time. I was like, oh, really? So why did you say the opposite? And then like I showed like a pretty fat receipt. See, she's laughing because she knows it's true. And after that, also, she got like, I gotta say, man, Denden just gave you a fat L. Like, he really did win that debate.
So
That's
Greg,
crazy.
can I jump in just for a second? Because
Definitely.
I heard my name come up,
Yeah.
and in one of the streams, and you took it down apparently because you accidentally released my phone number on it. That was in the
Oh
private.
yeah, of course, because that was an honest mistake. Yeah.
Was that
instantly.
doxing?
Well, yeah, but I instantly privated it. It was
And
never
so
like.
so why and you kind of like, oh crap, I doxed.
Well,
I
yeah,
accidentally
because
did.
that is
So-
doxing. That's like.
So by that logic, you felt bad about it. You made an apology. You took it down, right?
Well, that is
And-
doxing though, because your number can't really be publicly accessed, right? Well, I don't know how Yellow Pages works, but I'm assuming that is your cell number, right?
Yeah. So that's
it
the
can't
thing.
be
Like,
publicly accessed unless someone has like crazy technology. I'm talking FBI, CIA, right?
well,
Not really.
not if I have a website that has my phone number on it somewhere, right?
Okay, I don't know how that works, but I would assume most people would. But anyways, yeah, a number to me is kind of like more personal, I think.
Than
Yeah.
a last name,
Oh, easily.
because I can change a phone number pretty damn easy.
Yeah, but like, why would you do all that? It's your work number. You might have clients, right? Your friends. Then you have to give people your number. Personally, for me, that would be more of a pain in the ass.
There's
That's
a concept in debate called biting the bullet. So, like for example, if I don't know, when I was debating that douchebag Stefan, when he was trying to like press me about the fact that 5 years ago, I was like evaluating some coach's girlfriend, right? I could have argued with him about it, but that would just been a bad look for me. So what I did is I bit that bullet. I was like, yeah, I said that. I made a mistake. And then there's really nothing they can say about that. So this is like one of those situations where you're just so much better off biting the bullet and being like, yeah, it technically was doxing. I made a mistake. You know, it wasn't on purpose. It is what it is. That would be such a better position for you than like.
Well, I bit the bullet with his case. I agree with that. I disagree with Primal. I actually agreed. By the way, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
I know.
Greg, I'm not pissed about it. Like,
Yeah, no one's blaming you for the Primal situation.
And I know it almost happened to you, Alex. Not to put you out there, but didn't you dox Ganstar's phone number?
Yeah, I did for like 30 seconds. I took responsibility.
Well, it happens, right? You know, we're not.
It happens.
I'm just saying,
But
not to like put
Greg,
you on.
when it happens, we take accountability for it and we own it, right?
I did take accountability for that, though, did I not?
For me,
For you, yeah. I don't consider that doxing. I still apologize, though. I feel like that's the next best thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not okay. Look. I'm not saying fundamentally other people consider doxing. Yes, they can consider it. That's fine. I think it's more of like a difference of opinions. In my opinion, it's not, but other people think it. That's okay. I'm open to that opinion too. I just don't think it. You know.
But why would my John Anthony situation be doxing and this would not be? What's the difference between
I
the
can
two?
give you a good argument. So a QR code, right? That's scannable. I feel like a marriage certificate is more so like. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ashley did something with that marriage certificate too, right? Like she posted it, and then you guys both had to retract it, right?
We had to edit it, yeah.
Yeah. So I think personally that is like more personal because it's like, you know, like you're committing yourself to someone else, and that's like, you know, when you guys like signed or whatever and you guys are together. I think that, in my opinion, again, this could be a difference of opinions. I think that's a little bit more personal than just like a first name and potentially a last name. I don't know, in my opinion.
So Greg, I Googled real quick doxing. The first thing that comes up, the action or process of searching for and publishing private or identifying information about a particular individual on the internet, typically with malicious intent. So identifying information would be access to a first name and last name, I would say.
Now, to be fair, there's no malicious intent, right? But
Right.
it doesn't,
I don't think there was malicious
it
intent.
doesn't need to have malicious intent.
Sure. And that's why I think like other people having that opinion is valid. It would be different if I'm saying, oh, anybody who thinks I'm doxing is full of it. I'm like, no, like I think I didn't, but other people think it. That's totally okay. Like in my opinion. Just heard someone yell.
Yeah.
So what would you call it then?
I guess I don't know, semi-doxing. I don't know.
Okay, so
No, I'm not trolling. I'm trying.
You are, bro. Like
No.
basically you're arguing over the degrees of doxing, and you can't admit that it's just doxing.
Okay,
'Cause you're,
You two don't ruin it. I was gonna thank you for defending me against Stefan last night.
well, no, I don't need your thanks. It's fine. I do what I do.
He was going off on you pretty hard. I'm just kind of fucking.
Right. Here's how you put this whole thing to rest. You just say, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm guilty of semi-doxing. It was an accident.
Okay,
you know, I made a
fine.
mistake.
Semi-doxing.
There we go. That's how you put it.
Thank
to
you.
rest.
But not full doxing. All right.
Okay.
But I just can't. After that community post, I know that's how Ashley is. I don't know, man. I just don't even want to like.
Wait. So you, I understand. So like, if somebody, okay, again,
Yeah,
like
I've been
with the Alex situation, right? John Anthony was mad at Alex for doxing him, right? He has the right to be mad, even though it was a mistake, right?
Well, that's that.
Well,
no.
okay, let's redefine this, right? So yeah, doxing is bad in theory because if anyone's the king of being doxed, it's me. I had a whole live stream of the guy, bro. Pull up my house.
No offense, nobody cares, dude. That's not the point.
Well, you should care if you think doxing is wrong.
No, I understand, but we're talking about what you did, not what happened to
You
you.
acknowledge that doxing is wrong, and apparently it's wrong. That I dox, you should be acknowledge that it's wrong for me to get doxed, right? Because what if
It is wrong for you to get doxed. Move on, please.
Right, it is wrong. So it's not nobody cares.
Yeah, it's
Right?
never right. It's just the key question is like you look at like intention, right? It's like
malicious intent.
There's like a big difference between whether like I'm at your house and I purposely steal your money or I accidentally put your wallet in my pocket. Like we would handle something totally different.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of like that type of thing. It's like if it's like, okay, I made a mistake, then like no one's really gonna make that big of a deal out of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the intent is there. Like I said, like when I was doxxed, the intent was there. I mean, he purposely pulled up my house and shit. And her lovely mod Snorlaxer, by the way, was also harassing me and making. I have the exact receipt, by the way, of him making comments and then him saying, "Oh, I'm innocent." So yeah, I mean, I don't want to bring a whole fiasco. Look, I thought it was buried last night. I didn't want to debate her. I don't know. Like, if it's not buried, I guess it is what it is. But you can talk.
Greg, fuck off. I also thought that it was buried last night until Greg completely retracted and redacted on everything that was done and said. Also, Cougs Johnson was present for a lot of that. He's also in the chat, so he understands exactly what I'm saying. Greg, you are so bad faith. Everything that we just, I'll give you a chance to respond, little boy. Everything that we talked about, everything that was said and done last night, Greg, you completely were bad faith on today. You were. You went back on everything. You completely privated your stream, but you said today, and it's everybody, ladies and gentlemen, you can go and see this. You said that you privated it because you were going to edit out Primal's phone number, which you doxed. But you are going to go ahead and re-upload the rest of it because that you don't believe that what you uploaded was actually doxing. Then you went on to react to what we had already squashed and hashed out and all kumbaya at the end of the night about, and continued then to attack me, attack Sarah, attack everybody, deflect, cope, and just go. I don't understand, Greg.
Well,
I don't
Ashley,
understand.
Can
I
I
don't
respond?
understand how Greg could
Okay, monologue maxing.
completely feel resolved of everything and decide, yes, let's all be friends. We've resolved this. We've rehashed everything. It's all good. And then have another stream where he opens it all back up, goes back on everything he says, and goes back to saying that he doesn't want to be friends with anybody again. He's right back to saying this wasn't doxing and I don't have to apologize. It's just, I'm so fucking done with
wait,
it.
Ashley, just
Can I respond?
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
say
I'll let
let me
Alex
say
go.
one point, and then you can go. Just to be fair, Greg,
Yeah.
it does seem like Greg is taking partial responsibility because he did say it was partial doxing, and I think he's saying it's wrong. So I think we got to at least acknowledge that he's now taking partial responsibility.
Alex, I don't have to acknowledge that. Because
Here's the issue with Ashley.
I'm sorry, I'm answering Alex. Alex, I
Jesus
don't have
Christ.
to acknowledge that. And the reason is I went through 12 hours of allowing him to not take accountability for all the lies and slander that he's done and said about me, for the pure reason of I just wanted it over and for everybody to go back to being able to get along and enjoy everybody's fucking streams and be friends again. And when I woke up this morning after all of that time and effort, and after not making him take accountability, Alex, for calling me a rape allegation maker, for calling me a mental cell that got kicked out.
Are you not a mental cell?
Alex, this is important to me. Please, thank you. I'm sorry, but it is important. And this is why I don't accept it. Because he is allowed to not take accountability for being a total garbage human being who does terrible things to other people and now
Speak for
has doxed
yourself.
my best friend. And him not taking accountability for that is a pattern of behavior that I no longer accept because he flushed it down the toilet when he completely was bad faith today.
Greg, wait, did you?
Can I respond? Because this is such horseshit.
Sure. Just a quick question. Wait, did you really accuse her of making false rape allegations?
She told me one thing, and then I confronted her. She totally retracted that statement. So my guess, and based on her previous behavioral patterns and stuff,
Alex, I
guess
have receipts. I'll send them
hold
to
up. Yeah, you have what? I'm not denying what I said, but I'm saying you personally told me when we were talking. You claimed, and this was your own, so you either lied. You said that, I don't know if this was a situation with you that you ended up having sex with the guy and then you got mad at him. So then you're going to say, oh, you raped me, blah, blah, blah. I've seen
Primal,
this before.
do you remember last night when I asked him this?
No, I'm
going to
bring this back a little bit more. I'm going to bring it back because a lot of the stuff you said was horseshit. You can't just pile horseshit after horseshit. So you said that I said I was going to be friends with you. Never said I was going to be friends. When I said I was going to re-upload the stream, meaning I'm going to take out the part about Sarah and anything else, including my information that was publicly doxed on your stream. And I said, yo, someone's doxing me. And you laughed. You literally just laughed.
Actually,
No.
I'll let Primal answer that.
Yeah. You banned him from the chat, but in the private chat, that information was still there. It was still available, and there's several people that saw it. The guy bro or whatever, and I'm not saying you did. I'm saying the guy bro, someone that I've seen you interact with in many posts, and someone who has malicious intent. Right? We don't need Primal to vouch. I mean, like, because I already.
No, I think we do.
So
sure.
Wait,
I mean,
back up. What was the overall quick summary statement again?
So last night when I finally did confront him about accusing me of saying that men falsely raped me.
No. Let's go back to the doxing.
No, I would like to. This is
why are you beating around the bush when my address? Hold up. You can't.
Primal,
you always do this.
I was answering Primal's question.
Greg, let her talk.
Bro.
And then let's let Greg respond to all the points that Ashley made.
Primal, I called your name out because last night during the debate, when I was asking Greg to please kind of clarify or explain when and how and where I ever told him that I made up rape allegations about men, I'm sorry, I'm a little upset, but do you recall his answer on that one?
I don't, but I'll have to go back and look at it.
All right,
but anyway, long story short is I feel like there's been a lot of things said about you that I never saw very strong receipts that were kind of slanderous, and some of them were definitely provable that were untrue. Things about like your military past, things about maybe your marriage. I saw a lot of things that have been, it's pretty bold claims to make. unless you have a ironclad proof receipt. That's what I've seen over time.
I'm sorry, one more time, because the rape thing has really bothered me for a long time. I actually have very massive receipts of the rape thing where I show where Greg first gets the idea to start saying that I might be the kind of girl that would make up rape allegations. I have it right here, and I can email
You think
it to
that
you,
you're
Alex.
not? Based on your
I do
behavior.
think that I'm not.
Well, because
Yeah.
you've lied many times already, and that's how I was
About
trying to
men
respond.
raping me.
No. I
Oh,
want
I
to
didn't
respond to
lie
the
about
other
that.
stuff.
Okay,
Look, I don't
thank you.
got that much
That
time.
was. I'm good now.
I'm about to
Greg.
go
That's
to the
all I
club
really
with my
wanted this
friends.
whole
I just
time
want to
was for you
respond
to
real
say
quick before
that I
you
don't
slander
accuse
me
men
live.
of raping
Okay,
me.
look.
It's
So
been very
let's
important to me, actually.
okay, cool. Let's go back to that whole
Okay.
debate. No, because you literally did this during the debate. You tried so hard. You wouldn't answer any of the questions. You laughed. You and Sarah were literally laughing when me and Mandend and other people were making points, and you did not take it seriously. So let's go back. So what you said, she said that apparently I said that, dude, she was going on a monologue. I almost forgot what I was talking about. So, okay. You said I was going to edit that stuff, re-upload it. I was going to take out all the stuff that was quote unquote doxing, right? Take that out and any other things, including my own home address. My whole exact information was in the private chat with however many people looking there. God knows who was there, and it was everything. You just laughed. You brushed it off. Sure, you banned Guybro from the public chat, but you know how many people were trying to get backstage and all that. My info was still there. People saw it. And I said something. Yes, you took the stream down, which is good, but you brushed over that. So that's a bad look for you. Then what else did you say? You said that I wanted to be friends with you. No, I had no intention of being friends with you. The closest I would get to making any truce with you was when we were going through Alex and we were going to sign a contract where we can't talk about anyone. And I was waiting for that to happen. That never happened. And only then after that, like, you know, if something came up, like I would go the legal route, right? Because that's what I thought was going to happen. But the contract, I guess, flew out the toilet. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, I just don't appreciate you making a lot of, you know, you say, oh, you make all these claims, right? Blah, blah, blah. You've lied so many times. I've had multiple
About what?
people about everything. About
I would just
first
like
of all,
specifics
let me
for once.
okay, specifics, because those
Yes.
receipts from yesterday wasn't enough. Okay, you lied about the whole Caduceus situation. You over exaggerated it to the limit.
Please tell me how I did.
Bruh, I literally have
Alex
a whole.
has very intimate knowledge of this
I
situation.
know, but
This is great. Please.
You over exaggerated it. The way it happened.
How?
Okay, what I notice about you is that you amplify everything. So, for example,
Can you be specific?
you get a
please?
paper cut, you will say somebody stabbed
That
you with
is
a
not
knife.
relevant.
No, it is an analogy. It is an analogy because you over
That was a big
amplify.
word for you.
For example, the stuff you did with me, all the things you said about me,
Can you name something?
I literally showed
specific?
20 receipts on Primal's live stream.
Okay,
Where,
I'm gonna mediate a little bit, and I think I can get
Thank
to
you.
the bottom of it by asking both of you guys two easy questions. So let's focus on the questions I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you the first question, Greg. What are false claims you feel Ashley made about you? Just give me the biggest ones about you, specifically about you. Is there anything
about me?
Yeah. Do you feel like she made any false claims about you?
A lot of false claims.
Okay.
So she said I stalk and harass her. That was made.
You admitted I didn't.
Say that. You called me.
You admitted I didn't last night.
No, I didn't. I had.
You
evidence
admitted
of
that
you
you
changing.
never
I did.
saw me
Stop
say
gaslighting.
that you stalked
Let me
me.
finish. Let me finish.
All right.
Okay, you guys
You're
notice.
right.
Pay
I'm gonna
attention
mute.
to
I'm
her
gonna mute.
tonality. Pay attention to how she talks, what she does.
Just finish the. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to because she's not letting me. Okay. So yes, she said this before. She said I was stalking her and harassing her. She said the only way you should communicate through me is through your attorney. After she made all these freaking hit pieces, and then you remember when you came on my stream after that whole thing, you're like, you should do a truce. Everything was fine. Literally, not even an hour after, and I have screenshots. She does re-uploads a whole thing of Malik going off on me. He's like, yeah, Greg, eat it, blah, blah, blah. And then I fire back, and then they try to turn around. Oh, Greg's making hit pieces on Ashley. Greg's this like big bad wolf or whatever. And it's just like, there's too much of it, honestly. It's a bunch of useless drama. I was going to like bury it behind, like, notice I wasn't really even talking about her and making videos. But then she comes out like, oh.
Well, let's specifically focus on false claims, and then we can move on to the other stuff. So
me harassing and stalking Ashley never happened.
That was one. Okay, what are the other ones? Is there any other ones?
Me being apparently a liar, me being manipulative, me being a gaslighter, me being, what'd you say, subhuman? Hold up, let me pull up this receipt.
Huh?
I have like actual receipts from the okay.
I would like an actual receipt of him
I
not
put
being
20 of
subhuman.
them. How many receipts? How many
Okay,
receipts did
okay.
you pull up yesterday during the stream, and how many did I pull up?
No, keep it on point. I want to get through. I want to get through all the false claims, and then we can investigate them. So just by the way, just her insulting you would not be a false claim. That would just be like, I guess, a dick move. But that you stalk and harass her, that would be a false claim. But like her saying like you're ugly or whatever, that would not.
No,
be a false claim.
no. Not that I'm saying me harassing her and stalking her. That's a pretty bold claim.
Yeah, that's a false claim. I'm saying
Yeah,
that one is like her saying like, for example, I don't know, you're subhuman. That would not be a false claim.
No, I know. I don't care if she calls me subhuman. That's
Okay.
fine.
So what are some other ones?
Okay. Let me see. Hold on. I'm pulling up another receipt. Let me see. Sorry, I'm like going through them. Oh, she claimed that the one of the people from her Discord was kicked out that was like purposely saying like sending me death threats. This guy Stunt, I know you don't know who he is. She claimed that he wasn't out of the Discord, but then I got a receipt moments after from someone else who kind of like I knew from her Discord with us, like him talking pretty much saying like really fucked up things. So she lied about removing Stunt from the Discord. And they were saying
false claims about
what is a false claim? She claims she removed him. She didn't remove him.
But about you. We're talking about you, right?
Well,
now.
I mean, that had to do with me because he sent me death threats pretty much. I mean, that's like,
Okay,
I mean, in my opinion, that had something to do with it.
Yeah, I just
hold up, I'm looking more. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, she's like, okay, so she claims I was making excuses to dodge her, like I was making excuses for why I didn't want to debate her. And and she claimed that I didn't have any receipts on her on like information that was being said when I literally screenshotted her saying it on her live stream.
Making excuses, I didn't want to debate her. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah. There's gonna be a whole lot. I'm going by receipt for receipt.
Okay. Why don't you have a chance to look it up, and I'll just say Ashley, and then we can circle back to you. Ashley,
I don't got that much time. I'm just saying because I gotta go to the club, but I'll stick around for like a few.
Can you stick around for like 20-30 minutes? I feel like we're gonna get some
like 15-20 maybe max. Yeah.
All right, Ashley, what are some false claims you feel Greg made about you? You mentioned the rape one. So what exactly did he say? Is that you make false rape accusations? Was that the claim?
Yes, several times, at least 3 that I have videos of right now, where he said that I am the kind of girl or seem like. Anyways, yes, he said verbatim. Ashley said that a bunch of guys raped her, and he said that I made that up because I'm the kind of girl that makes up rape allegations on several occasions. Q2 has actually seen many of these videos. Another one, he said that I've been dishonorably discharged from the military, and he has said that so many times it's not even, I can't even count. Another one, he said that I said that I left my husband, but really my husband left me. That isn't true. He also said that my husband has never paid child support, that he ran out on his children. I publicly said, Greg, that's really fucking awful to say, especially about a man in the manosphere. He's a good man. He also said that I got fired from my job as a nurse at the hospital because I was mentally unstable, so I couldn't be taking care of patients. He also said that he has evidence because I have this on video. He said that he has seen my public record in the police database system through a cop friend of his, and he knows for a fact that I have at least 3 or 4 misdemeanors, a criminal record. Then he insinuated that was why I was dishonorably discharged from the military. I asked him all of these things last night to please prove. He said he couldn't talk about the fact that he's seen my criminal record because of HIPAA. He pronounced that wrong, and that's not how that works.
No, I did not pronounce it wrong.
Okay, wait.
I just had to.
I don't care about the pronunciation. Okay, is there anything more? Is that really it?
Yeah, no, there's more that are actually relevant and important to me. He also said that he feels sorry for my children because he can tell that I don't take care of them because I'm too busy fucking a different guy every single night, and that he's seen evidence of this because he's seen it on my stream and he's heard about it apparently. He also said that I have on multiple occasions tried to have sex with him or solicit him for sex, and that I lie about saying that I haven't. He also said that he heard from someone that I have a really smelly pussy. That one is just kind of funny. I think that's enough to start with. I know that there's more that I'm forgetting. I'm just exhausted. after the 12 hours of thinking. I guess
I'm
I'll
writing
go to sleep
down
last night.
smelly pussy in question. Okay, Greg.
Well,
is there
let's focus more on military, fired
I
from
know, I
jump.
know, I
Oh,
know,
I
I know.
sucked my
Yep.
boss's dick. That's another one.
Hey, I got to get going anyway. Appreciate
Primal,
it.
thank you.
Alex, hey, yeah, I just wanted to say hi and weigh in on that. Alex, thanks for coming on and
Yeah,
doing
for
the
sure.
marathon session with Stefan.
It took
It
every
was
ounce of my,
it was fun. Yeah, it was a good time.
Mhm.
All right. All
Thanks
right.
for
Thanks,
having
guys.
You
All
tell,
right,
man.
All right, Greg. So I want to circle back to you. So,
Yeah.
what are some false claims you feel actually
What
made
up?
about you? I'm
Can
writing
I-
all this down.
All right, can I pull up receipts as long as they don't show any private information?
Yeah, but why don't you do that in a little bit? Why don't you just
Oh,
first,
okay.
like,
Well, I just got
what-
limited time. I felt like I'd make use of it. Okay, fine. So
just what are some false claims that you
yeah,
made?
so okay, she said she's never tried to solicit me or whatever. How many times did you show me your tits?
Twice.
More than that?
Alex, how
Okay.
many times have I shown you my tits?
Okay, hold up.
At least 4 or 5.
You can show them to
Yeah,
the
I'm the only person that hasn't seen her tits, honestly.
brutal.
Ooh, I'll get on that queue too.
Of course she will. Of course she will.
Wait, but
Okay.
what
up,
false
well-
allegations? What are some false claims? she's
Oh, I
made
thought I
about
was gonna address what she made, or are we just
No,
going back?
we'll do that in a second. I just want to
Oh,
first
Jesus Christ.
hear
Okay,
you
fine.
out.
Yeah.
What are some-
Okay, so
what are-
she's claimed, so one of her mods in her channel claimed he doesn't have any alt accounts, which is Snorlaxer, by the way. And if you're wondering why he's relevant, you'll see in a bit. Because the death threats, they came from me, actually. The person was identifying themselves as Snorlaxer, which is a mod on Ashley's channel. She claims he had nothing to do with it and that he doesn't have any alt accounts. But then I have a screenshot, and I shared this on Primal Stream, of him saying, I'm mirroring this stream just in case for you on an alt. So alt accounts there. That was one denial. Then oh, she said, hey, it's Toyota. This was okay. So there was an incident where a guy came to my house and was harassing, stalking me. She commented on this. Yeah, of course you're laughing. Get off camera. Freaking saying, oh, I don't know who this
I'll
is.
laugh on camera then.
Good. Keep laughing. It's a Toyota Prius. Guys, if Greg was in the police academy, do you think he had better connections? When exactly did I say I was in the police academy, and what connections? Number one. Okay, there's more. Then another video that comment that was left on that same exact video. And see Exhibit B. Okay, so it was hold up. She said, okay, one of the claims was that she claimed that I had a 27 lay count and she can provide evidence. And then when we pressed her on that point, she said, I was just trolling, bro. Obviously, I was trolling. Well, it didn't sound trolling considering you wrote it in caps. And on top of that, you edited it, meaning you went back to change it. But it was like a whole, I'm trying to find the whole thing. But it was like, Greg is this, Greg is that. He has, Greg lies about filing lawsuits, makes false strikes to other channels. Well, the strikes, whatever. Won't back up any claims. Disrespects military members, is a racist, accuses people of making false allegations. Top it off, I'm pretty sure his body count is actually only 27, and I have evidence, all caps with 6 exclamation marks. Of course, she's laughing. We didn't see any evidence. Greg show wouldn't even box the guy in the video, Greg.
What?
The guy came to my house and she's claiming I didn't want to box him, but then I literally have receipts saying I did want to box him. And Alex knows I've been trying to box Stefan for the longest time. He's also dodging me.
Okay. Is there more?
Yeah, of course. I'm
Okay.
trying to get through as much as I can. Greg can't afford a life involves being an independent adult male, hence he has no girlfriend, but insists in a string of one-night stands who constantly.
That's an insult. That's not relevant.
No,
right?
no. It's a statement about me, about my personal life. It's pretty relevant, dude. And
Okay, go on.
2v1 ganging up on me. That's just cringe.
That he-
Who constantly stand up to him
that
or
you
leave
can't
in the middle of
really-
sex because he makes them uncomfortable. That's a pretty bold statement to make. There's more. Yeah, I'll do like 1 or 2, so we're not here all night. Okay, let's see. She claims that that apparently. Okay, let's see. Hold up. Lying and fraud is bad. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just looking through this. So that was the edited thing. How do you keep finding me when I've blocked you on every platform? Please stop harassing me. That was kind of like re-narration. There's definitely more. I'm just going by like exact receipts.
All right, let's focus on these. Okay, so I wrote every single one of these down. So on the Ashley side, the smelly pussy one I'm going to remove because that one seems like could potentially be a joke. Solicited him for sex, I will remove because that's open to interpretation. But the first 6 are pretty serious. Okay, on Greg's side, I will keep stalk and harass her. I'm going to remove making excuses I didn't want to debate her because that could be open to interpretation. I'm going to keep 27 Lake Count as a racist because those are pretty serious. That girls leave during the middle of sex, I'm going to keep that. Greg didn't want to box him. That could go either way, but I'll keep it. So yeah, we got some pretty serious claims. Now the most serious ones on about Ashley is that she makes false rape accusations, that she's a bad mother, that that she doesn't take care of her kids, and that she's been dishonorably discharged. The most craziest ones on Greg's side is that Greg stalks and harasses you, that he's a racist, and I guess his Lake County, given the fact that we're in the manosphere. So yeah, some serious allegations on both sides. I guess like I don't even know where we start with this, but like, which ones of these have evidence behind them? I don't know who we should start with. Let's just start off with Greg, I guess. So the claims you made, like the false rap accusations, dishonorably discharged, her husband running out, fired from job, 3 or 4 misdemeanors, don't take care of the children. What evidence do you have for any of these?
I'll start with the one that she's most likely not taking care of her children properly because she has mental health issues. She's known to spurg on people and not be able to control her emotions. That also ties in with the dishonorably discharged. I did mention that I went back on that because there wasn't any direct proof, but my only concern is how can someone who's not mentally stable enough to serve the country, right? In my opinion, that would probably not pass a polygraph. I don't know how she passed the polygraph exam or any of the other testing, because if something were to happen, God forbid, she would do that on the front line or anywhere. That would get really chaotic. Okay, let me see what else.
But this is
the husband thing. What?
This is like pure conjecture.
But I can't, like, what am I going to do? Hire a private detective on Ashley? I mean, give me if you want, but I mean,
no, I'm just saying, like, you gotta be careful with making a claim like she's been.
Well, yeah, I said in my opinion, right? I'm not like, like, oh, this is factual information. And I mean, I could say the same thing about Ashley. It seems like,
we're gonna go through Ashley too.
Okay, me. Cool. Well, yeah, I addressed the two. I mean, what else? Hold on.
So don't take care of children. That one is conjecture because you feel she's mentally unstable, but you don't have any proof that she doesn't take care of her children. Like actually,
reasonable suspicion. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't have direct proof. I'm not like invested in her. It's more of just like a observation based.
Yeah, that one's a speculation. I think you gotta be really careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why I said in my opinion, right?
Okay, what about 3 or 4 misdemeanors?
Yeah, we'll see that's tricky. I can't really go. I can't, because that's why I said with the HIPAA thing, right? Like I can't really reveal.
It has to do with medical stuff. It doesn't have to do with
no medical. Well, no, for it's a criminal. No, well, it's personal, right? Because you can't leak someone's in theory, right? Because I speculated, and especially what Caduceus told me, because he told me some stuff, and I mean, I'll be honest, I'm more biased towards her. I'm better friends with Caduceus. He told me that there was something. I know about 3 or 4, but he said that she did have.
Okay, so the source for that is Caduceus saying.
Yeah.
That
I mean, he said, she said, right? Verbatim.
But again, Greg, you have to be very careful with that. I mean, like, there's just one random person on the internet told you that. Like, the problem is that by repeating it, you kind of adopt that same position. Like, you got to be really careful with stuff like that. I mean, that seems like there's definitely not enough evidence to make that claim. What about fired from her job?
Caduceus as well.
Okay, you got to be.
Well,
really
I mean,
careful.
he's not like okay. He's not. Don't whoa. He's not some like random person on the internet. Like I've been talking to him. I'm fairly close with him. We used to collab and talk a lot, and he'd hang out on streams. I don't consider him as just some random. So I did take it as like kind of like not just like some random troll. I thought it was,
Right, but did he actually show you like any firsthand?
Well, he did show me an article in the beginning. That was the whole article. But
that article.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That was the evidence.
Okay,
just saying.
Doesn't seem like good evidence at all. I'm gonna delete
no,
that.
Obviously not. But
her husband left. Okay, her husband. That one you base around like where did you get
speculation?
Okay, that was also speculation.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, yeah, most of these are speculation. Yeah.
Okay,
some of them I can.
Thank you.
Where did the make false rape accusations about men come?
That
from?
was her verbatim. That's what she said. She's not going to vouch for it. If I knew that I needed this as a receipt, I could have had like because then it's the recording wiretapping thing. So see, that would have been tricky. Yeah, you
when
can't
did
record.
This happen? That's
my
whole thing. Is like
if you're in a one-party state, you can't.
It happened on the phone.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know I was going to need it as evidence. You know what I mean? And I can't record someone without their consent because that's unless it's a if it's a one-party consent.
Are you talking about for streams or are you talking about on the phone?
No. It was like a private off stream. Yeah, if I had it on stream, I could have pulled it up. It was like a FaceTime conversation, is what I'm saying. I didn't know that I needed to have it as evidence. That's the problem. If I knew, I would have, But obviously, again, I don't know Florida's recording. If it's a one-party, two-party state, that doesn't matter.
It's probably included in HIPAA.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. HIPAA.
Greg, I do gotta say, you gotta be really careful with this shit because
why don't you hold her accountable?
I'm literally about to.
Okay, cool.
2 seconds.
All right, respect.
I gotta respond to this. Like the evidence.
All right, fair enough. Let's go. Is one more, two more
per week?
Okay, let's go.
Now let's go with Ashley. Okay, so what is the evidence that he stalks and harasses you?
I never said he stalks me. I would like receipts of that. I did say he harasses me though, and it was 106.
You did say stalking. I pulled it up on Primal Stream. Do you want to go back?
Well, pull it up again then.
I'm
I'd like
not
to
gonna.
see where I said stop.
No.
I would really like to see the receipt. I'm denying it. It's you're
I did
you
this-
are
I
the
tried
one
this
with
with
the burden
her.
of proof, right?
I tried this yesterday, and she does the same exact fucking.
If you can pull it up, that would kind of destroy her argument.
Yeah,
and if you say that if I'd said it, then I will totally let you take that very base W.
I have like 20 Ashley receipts. I'm looking through them. Okay.
Good. Very
Okay.
good. So the harassment, I totally said that because he made 116 videos and posts about me within the matter of about 4 weeks. I said a lot of other people said it first, and then I was like, yeah, it actually is it's harassment.
116 videos.
I own that.
I didn't make
I
that.
counted them. I have their receipts. I'll send it all to you, Alex. I have it all. I really
the one that's more interesting is the stalking one because stalking has a very clear.
Oh, I didn't say that. So, all right, if I did, then my bad.
Let's let Greg look for that.
Yeah, these guys.
27.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it wasn't her, but it was one of her mods that said it. But I will hold up. Exact thing was I was leaning towards you, but at the time you wouldn't stop Greg's stalking and sexual harassment of Ash. That was said by B Skies.
I can't control what other people say, Greg. Okay.
Hold up. Let me finish. Is he not a moderator on your streams along with Snorlax?
Yeah, he sure is. Yeah.
So he at one
His
of your
opinion,
mods,
I guess, is okay.
Hold up. There's more stuff.
Okay, go for it, man.
Well, okay,
I did to see these receipts.
Well, hold up. You'll see all these receipts.
Great, wonderful.
Yeah, just like you loved seeing him last night.
While he looks for that, 27 like count. Where did that come from?
Yeah,
I was trolling. In fact, just now I'm so actually, Greg, I was wrong. I meant to say 3. That is what I meant.
All seriousness, so you're saying that you were just kidding when
I was totally 100% fucking kidding. I said that last night. I'll take the L.
Kidding.
I will take that L.
You went from 27 to
GG, Greg. GG.
The only thing, Ashley, 27 feels like a very specific number.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even remember. 27 is my favorite fucking number. Anytime I say something, I go 127%. That's probably why. I'll also want to say that in what he read for that receipt, it's a very, very long, like Ashley Spurgy paragraph. And at the end, I was like, 27 like count. It sounds about right, like something I would do. I don't know why I said it. I probably just fucking pulled that number out of my ass to be a bitch because I don't like him.
Okay, so that was trolling. Okay, this one is more serious. Is a racist. Okay. Where's that coming from?
I said he's a racist because he calls black people monkeys.
No, I do not call black people monkeys.
I had a long talk with Q2 about this, and Q2 and I kind of debated back and forth about it. I called Greg a racist because of his ape and monkey comments, and he used the N-word 2 or 3 times. That's why. It wasn't the hard R.
Okay, hold up. Can I do one thing? Also, they said that I buy subs. Another thing is that I buy subscribers, and I think Alex, you remember they were both talking about that. That's another claim that I buy subscribers on my previous channel that was terminated, and I had
Ashley, where does the buy subs thing come from?
So I also have the video that I saw Greg say, like, of course he buys subs. I buy subs too. I just can't buy that many of them because then it would look suspicious. Greg then said I was trolling. That was obviously a joke. And then Alex, you said, okay, fair enough. That's a joke. We addressed that a long time ago. I said, okay, I kind of don't feel like he was joking, but all I have is a clip of him saying it and then him saying he was joking. So I'll let him take that W. Go for it.
Okay,
Greg, you are cooking with Crisco now.
So that was also based on like that was kind
what
of
he said that I took literal.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, let's go back to is a racist. So that came from him saying what exactly? That he
said the N-word 3 times. I have videos of this if I need to send them,
but
and
how
I
does
will.
that make me racist?
Towards a black, you said
I
the
don't know,
N-word
I
towards a
don't
black
say
person.
No, I
You
did
admit
not.
that though, right? Like,
I did not call all black people monkeys. They're
no, towards one black person.
They're referring when Stefan called me a peach.
We are
ape
referring to
in
Stefan.
retaliation. Yeah, and then I called him an ape. Okay, it's not me being racist towards a
2 wrongs
sure,
don't make a right.
You
I mean,
yeah,
I
you
do it, but
racist
okay.
on that racist.
Actually, I gave Greg shit, and I gotta give you gotta be careful with shit like that. Like, is a racist is a pretty strong claim. Like, if he was saying that directly to a black person in their face, like, you dumb N-word, then I'd fully take your side.
Yeah.
But like
Personally, Alex, I do feel like I'm sorry. I honestly couldn't hear.
If he's just like if there's like one case of him just bickering with Stefan like they always were doing for a while, and he referred to him in the same language Stefan did. Like even I'm hesitant to call fresh and fit racist. And I think that evidence for them is like way more. I think it's like a very strong term. And
Yeah.
You did the other night, and I was the one that was hesitant, but I understand what you're saying.
Me?
You and we talked about it. You said it was racist as fuck, and I was like, yeah.
The behavior. I didn't say they were racist.
You're talking about, I think Alex already addressed, if I put a hood on and did like a Hitler salute, he would cut me off. I think that was already said.
Well, I was saying like, the behavior is racist, right? So did you say that his behavior towards Stefan was racist, or that he was
No,
racist?
that I was racist. Like she said, you are a racist. If that's racist.
No, read the quote again. Read the quote again.
You are racist.
If we're being specific, it's okay.
No, I'm being.
We went over this last night, but I'm okay to.
Stupid. Just
okay.
Address what Alex tells
Alex,
you.
I'm sorry. I'm irritable. I know. I haven't had much
You are.
sleep. I appreciate your patience.
Neither have
really
I. But
appreciate this.
Okay, so so you do gotta be careful with saying he's a racist and not calling out the behavior as racist. Okay, Greg didn't want to box him. Where did that come from?
Can I have context? Who?
On
to Greg. Sorry, not you.
Mandenden confronted her because she also claimed she didn't know who Keenan Hamdan was. That was the individual whose video you commented on that was coming to my house to harass me. And you're laughing because you know it's true. And Mandenden confronted you on this point. In that video, you commented on that video saying, oh, Greg, you didn't even want to box him. And I literally uploaded a YouTube short after that. The second time he came with boxing gloves and a mouth guard coming up, let's box. And after that, you still decided to say that I didn't want to box him. Explain yourself.
I think that you accusing me of accusing men of raping me is much more serious than me saying something about you making a video with boxing gloves and I didn't remember somebody's name. Okay, I will address the point then. I didn't remember who Keenan was. It was a video I commented on. I admitted this last night. I said, oh, now that you've told me who Keenan is, then I do know who he is now.
But you denied previously. So now
I said I didn't remember who that guy was. He said it's this guy, and I said, "Oh, okay, that guy."
You commented on his video multiple times.
How is this a receipt of what? Yeah, I commented on the video.
You making false statements. If you're getting me for stuff that you didn't like, I said,
okay,
it's only fair that I get you for stuff that you didn't like. You said, right?
Okay, what's the false statement? What's the false statement?
Are you just not paying attention? Like, are you just in La La Land right now? Because I literally said it.
Let's not make it into personal insults. The false insult apparently is that Greg didn't want to box that dude.
Yeah, she called me a coward. She's like, you're too scared to box him. So where's your evidence of that?
Okay, first of all, I would like to know exactly what I said. I really would. I would love to explain.
She's playing dumb. Okay, fine. She's playing dumb.
I'm not playing dumb.
Again, follow along. So you said that I'm too scared to box this individual.
Can we read it? What did I fucking say again?
Who's we? You're the one who commented, bro. Okay,
I made a comment on a YouTube video. I do that a lot. Can you elaborate? Can you just read it to me? And I promise I'll explain.
Are you saying you never said it? Is that where we're at? Or
no, I'm not. I'm sure. I don't. He's asking me. He's saying that for some reason this is like a. Yeah, you're right, Alex. No, I'm not saying I never said it. I don't even remember. Probably did. But what is the
Okay.
accusation? Is it that,
Yeah, he's a pussy, basically.
okay, yeah, W, I think you're a pussy.
I am what
Is
I
that
eat.
it?
But you're
Right,
making
but
false
the problem-
statements.
Look, I'm not. By the way, I'm not saying that this is equitable in terms of damage to the rape thing, right?
I
I'm just
understand.
we're just going through these one by one, and
Fair.
if you're saying specifically that yo Greg was scared to box this dude, right? You're not if you say like he's a pussy, that's just your opinion, right? Like if you're saying yo Greg was scared to box this dude, that's a statement of fact, right? And if that's not true, then that would be
Scared to box
false.
this dude. I actually, okay. So last night when Mandenden brought up the Keenan guy, this is why I'm confused. Okay, this is why I'm confused. Mandenden made a comment. Mandenden said that I left a comment saying, "Where's part 2?" That was That's what it was. Remember that, Greg? He said, "Where's part 2?"
That was the
He said,
first
"Do
thing.
you deny that?" And that's when I realized
Who denied
Keenan
it? Who
was.
denied it? You
What?
you claimed you didn't know what he was talking about. You did say
I
you're like,
didn't
oh, I want
at
to see
first.
part 2, meaning you want to see him come to my house and damage my car and do everything else. That's what you meant by
I
part
said,
2.
"Where's
'Cause
part
you and
2?"
Sarah were commenting on laughing like it was funny, and I made the same
Sarah didn't
statement.
comment on that video.
No, she did
You're
comment
talking
on it.
about
90% of
No,
the Greg
not on that
haters
one.
commented on that video. I'm just saying,
Okay.
but you in particular. I'm saying-
Congratulations.
I know. Yeah, you're dodging really hard. So why do you claim that you don't know who that you comment on his video? Okay, I'll refer to him as his YouTube username, Keenan Chase. Are you claiming you do not know who Keenan Chase was, seeing you have multiple comments on his YouTube video?
No, I'm not claiming that.
But you just said it earlier. You just said you had no idea. So where did that claim of you saying that I'm too scared to box an individual?
All right. I will be so happy to clear this up.
You concede on that point.
All right, let her clear it up. What is it? What's the clarification?
Okay. All right. So, Greg, again, like last night when we went through this, yes, I know who this Keenan guy is now. He's the guy that I remember. He's the guy that used to be a friend that showed up at your house. It was cringy and weird. Totally remember that. That's a memorable moment, and that's a memorable video. Keenan's not really a memorable name. Guy isn't a streamer. Guy's not, I don't know who that guy is personally. So when Mandenden asked me, because his accusation was that I am friends with people that are like harassing you or something like that. And he said, one of them's Keenan so-and-so. I don't know who that is, I said. He said, it's this guy. And I said, oh, yeah, okay. Yes, I commented on that video. I sure did. So what is the accusation exactly? That I didn't remember who he was at first, but today and last night I was like,
you try to deny it again today.
Well, I want to.
I was asking you to
dumb argument, Alex.
I want to move on to a more serious one.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
The girls leave during middle of sex. So what is that?
Yeah. What exactly was your claim with that one? Because I do know what you're talking about, and I'll be happy to go into
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right,
so
right.
I do. But I want. What was his claim? What did he say exactly?
Alex, can you reiterate?
What Greg said was that you say that girls leave him during the middle of sex,
and I got proof. You said.
Actually, I'm okay. The reason I wanted clarification is because I believe he used the term uncomfortable when he said it just a few minutes ago. Yes, I said that because there is a video of you talking about a girl that came over after you guys went out. You don't really drink. You said she was kind of drunk. You said that, and I'm not saying that anything was inappropriate. To clarify, may I finish? Or would you like to go first, Greg? That's fine too. If you want to go and then let me go, it'd probably actually be a lot easier for me. What do you want to do, Greg?
Just go.
Do you want me to continue?
Yeah, just go.
Okay. You were talking about this girl that came over. She was a Hispanic girl, very good looking, yada, yada, yada. She was drunk. You guys were having sex. You were going at it. After a certain period of time, she kind of wanted to stop having sex. She was saying that like it started to hurt or whatever. And I'm guessing you said your words was that, well, I think she kind of started sobering up a little bit. She kind of seemed a little dry or something like that. Whatever. She didn't want to finish is kind of the way I took it, right? I don't know verbatim, but the way I took it. You then went on to talk, and you were kind of like angsty because, you know, you didn't get your rocks off. And it was right after she had left, and you did a stream about it. Then you went on to, and you were kind of upset because you were like, or I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you seemed agitated. And one of the things you complained about was that you said you had asked her if she would like finish you off, like if she would at least go down on you, give you head, do something to finish you off. She said no, that she didn't really want to do that. That kind of frustrated you. She ended up leaving. She wanted to leave. You said, good. I wanted her out of here anyways, because how I don't remember how you worded it exactly. I interpreted it as you were upset with her that she basically, in the middle of sex, got dry and kind of sobered up a little bit. Wasn't in that. No, you literally said that. You said she started to sober up a little bit. If you're denying you said that, since your stream has been nuked and we can't.
Can you
since
show
your stream
evidence?
has been, can I? I'm getting there. Since your
Go for
stream
it.
has been nuked and we can't pull that up anymore, just like with you saying that you have, hearsay evidence of me claiming rape against guys. If you would like, I'll take this L. You can have the W. This is my
Yeah.
recollection of your stream because I remember the incident bothering me. Michelle and I talked about it later, and I said, that sounds like that girl was just really uncomfortable and left. And he was really creepy. This is how I felt at the time, being so mad that she wouldn't like give him head or finish him off. And he basically said, yeah, get the hell out. I don't want you anyways. I wanted her gone. She was a tease, stuff like that. It's my interpretation, Greg. That's how I
Right.
felt. Again, this is my memory and we can't pull it up. So I'll let you have, I concede at that point then. This is my memory of it. I'm not going to deny that that's the way I remember it. If anybody out there saw the same thing, cool. But I'm just saying, if I cannot prove it outside of my own recollection. And
Was the statement that this chick left during sex, or was the statement that girls in general leave during middle of sex?
That
it
girls
was
leave.
it was
No.
this specific girl. I said he also. I think I said he also
Makes girls uncomfortable
during sex.
during sex.
Yeah, that is. There you go. See, that is the
Make
one, and that's what I'm
girls,
referring
not
to.
this girl. Makes girls.
Okay. Yeah,
Stop playing stupid. Like,
I'm definitely not playing stupid. I'm trying to really be
Okay.
genuinely owning up to things that I said. I was wrong
Sure.
in using the plural term,
Okay, so
but that's the situation I was referring to.
So, long story short, you guys both got to get way better at fact checking claims you make. To wrap up the big ones with Greg.
How much better do I need to get, Alex, at that?
a lot
Just-
better.
No, like to be fair, that is a racist thing. You got to be careful with that.
Okay, and then the rape and the
Bro,
military and the children and all that stuff.
really
I'm
am about
just
to
asking. Okay, okay.
I think I gave Greg more shit than I did you.
The reason it's important to me is because I do feel like there's a giant tip in the scales one way versus the other. And I don't feel like it's very fair when I've always been very open and honest and good faith to kind of feel like I'm also being put on the level of someone who's been the opposite.
Well, I literally earlier
But I do
said that
appreciate your time.
these are not on the same level of severity, right? I said that.
Thank you.
Do you not understand that earlier? Yeah, I do agree
I
with
honestly may not have my ears ringing half the time because
Okay,
I'm
well,
frustrated
I
with
did
Greg,
say- I
not
did
with
say-
anyone else.
so-
But
Here's the serious ones. Okay, on Greg's part, it's the makes false rape accusations about men, being dishonorably discharged, and anything involving family and children. Those are all really serious ones.
Right.
Ashley, we found out that it wasn't her that said harass her. So our stock, it wasn't her that said the stock, right? And to be fair, I don't think a content creator is responsible for what their moderators do. I don't feel like I'm responsible for what you guys do on your own channels.
Sure.
The 27 lay count, whatever. Racist one, that one is serious. And that girls leaving during middle of sex, that is pretty serious too. So yeah, I mean, it kind of is what it is. I think that with these things, when there's conflict, things get blown way out of proportion. People tend to just say what they want to say rather than like really doing due diligence and fact checking. I don't know. Is there going to be a resolution to this? Do you guys think you can find peace in the Middle East?
I feel a lot better right now. I appreciate that.
I mean, I don't think we'll find peace, but like it was a cool discussion.
I mean,
I thought we did last night.
Nah, because after what you
didn't
said
want-
about me and you kept doing that, I don't like that, man. Like,
Ab-
I buried the
It's all
hatchet
good.
before this. Look, The debate last
That's
night.
that's another accusation. Hold on. That is
Oh,
one more
Jesus
accusation,
Christ.
Greg. After what I said about you when. Let's put a timeline on it. My community post that I made right before this stream in response to the video you made this morning. I'm just making sure that that's clear in your head, Greg. There's no room for you to cope and lie about how things happen.
You've lied more than enough. You fooled everyone in this manosphere.
All
The
right.
only issue
I am
is I
satisfied.
can see right
I'm
through you.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate
Berg,
this. And Alex,
Berg.
I am sorry.
All right, so peace
Alex, I
is
am
not
sorry that I was prickly a little bit.
Alex,
I apologize.
No big deal. Yeah, so I guess peace is not happening. So I feel like what you guys need is a mutual enemy, like someone that you both hate more than each other. You know, that's what brings people together, is a mutual enemy.
We had that for a second with Stefan, but then it went right back to me.
I vote Stefan. He's a massive dipshit. Or Gamstar is another option. Or there's so many dipshits in this community. So I feel like you guys can unite.
Greg likes Gamstar too much. Gamstar
I like him. Some of the things he says, but some of the things he says I don't like. He's kind of like he's like a random. It's like those jelly beans. That's either really good or like those like the shitty flavors. That's like Gamstar. He'll be either like cool or just really shitty.
I have a question for you.
I might have an answer depending what it is.
Okay. Do you remember? This sounds silly, but do you remember last night when I was in your back panel and you let me on your stream?
I did.
Right? Do you remember?
Obviously, of course I did.
Okay, cool. Do you remember like how we had a good time and how we were getting along and we were talking about things and coming to resolutions about other people and how the chat was having a good time as well? Do you remember all that?
Yeah, of course. But what does that have to do with anything?
Why do you keep fucking shit up? Why can't you just?
What do you mean, bro? I tolerated you on my channel for like almost a year. You've managed to feud with almost every single person. Vital Message, QB, Duke the Don.
This isn't your. Nope, we already debated.
That's why.
No, what do you can't do that now.
Can't do what?
Bring up points that you don't. We already debated, dude.
No,
if these were real receipts, then we would have talked.
I'm
just trying to say, I wish that you could remember those times.
You know, in reality, both of you guys get into a bunch of feuds with people.
Look, Ashley, you got to understand that. No, but like, you know, I mean, I try to explain it to her. She doesn't understand. I feel like I can't get through to her, so I'm done trying.
Okay, alrighty.
I don't know. Hopefully we made a little progress today. I feel like
thanks for hosting us, Alex.
Like at the very least that we got to go through.
Greg, thank you for coming on and facing all these things. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I guess you're welcome. I guess.
Okay.
Love you both. Take it easy.
Love you. Bye.
Don't kill each other. All right. Have a good night.
All
right. That was fun.
Not too bad. Oh, man. So like. It was, so like Greg was making, they're both like, let's say messy people and mean people, but again, Greg was making a lot more serious allegations or a lot more stuff that has more real world consequences, I feel like, where as Ashley made more like mean comments or troll comments or was doing stuff that like kind of kept it to YouTube or whatever. That's how I felt.
Yeah, with the exception of the racist comment, that was pretty serious too.
Okay. I mean, I don't take it that badly.
But aside from that, you're right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. As long as you can, as long as you see that, then that's the biggest thing. It's like because I'm in Ashley's Discord or whatever. Like I be talking and all that stuff. Like I do see when Ashley fucks up and when Ashley does wrong, or whatever. But like I just also understand that the scales are a little bit different with somebody saying, even though I don't understand it, I understand being honorably discharged is like a big deal to them, you know. Saying you made up your rape, which is just wild. That's like a wild statement that for anybody to just say, like, "Oh, you want to get her see a rape kit or some shit like that?" Like that's weird.
I think people need to, in general, get a lot better about fact checking and like being diligent with information that they release. And I've kind of gone through that myself, but yeah, I know. I remember when I was like going through my beef with John or whatever, or even before that. He would like put out like hit pieces on people, and I would be like, "Dude, this is crazy! Like, how could this be true? What's your source for that?" And it'd be like, "Oh, this is some random shit. Some random person told me." It's like, well, that's not really good evidence. Like, I don't know. So I do think that, like, I personally try to err on the side of caution when I'm making claims. I've made claims that I later took back, you know, because I was wrong. But I think you generally got to err on the side of caution with that kind of shit.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
I got you.
do you have anyone else who wants to chill? Okay, let's bring on Not Brazy. Wait, sorry, I can't bring on anyone who doesn't show their face for at least a few seconds backstage because I can't risk my channel. Okay, traditional culture, I got you. I can bring you on. Okay, Not Brazy, I need you to show your face backstage. Okay, you're good. Okay, what's up?
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
how's the audio?
You're okay. You're just moving around a lot.
You guys are both good.
Hold on. What about now?
You're still good.
Bro, I've been watching the channel for a little bit now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I've been watching the channel for a little bit now. I love the Black Pill arc. That was kind of funny.
I
Don't know how looks like. Do they still believe what happened? Like, do they still believe in the Black Pill after seeing the Jake conversation and like pickup competition?
Who, black pillars or
Yeah,
non-black?
like looks.
Well, yeah, because technically looks won, so that would prove their point.
But what is the like? Doesn't the Black Pill say basically like unless you're like a Chad or at least a hardcore one that like you just won't get pussy?
Well, there's like easy ways to backwards rationalize it. So you would say that it wasn't genuine interest. The girls felt pressured. I've debated them so much that I know all their arguments. But yeah, that character arc I feel like went on for way too long and I engaged in it way too much, and it brought a whole bunch of trolls to my community that I prefer to keep out. But yeah, it was an interesting experience. I feel like my final debate with Stefan was just like the end of that character arc. You know, it's like a perfect way to finish it, and I can move on to greener and brighter pastures.
I kind of missed that final debate with Stefan, but he doesn't seem like he's that great.
No, he's a full-on Spurg retard, but
Yeah,
it was good anyway. It's on Primal's channel. It went for 6.5 hours.
yeah. I was more interested in like how did people get involved in your coaching? Like I started with your stuff. I used to watch your stuff back. I haven't watched it in like a bit over a year, but it seems like it doesn't connect that well one-to-one with like younger college girls. But I don't even know what would you say like the average age of girls that you talk to on Tinder? Though I know you don't swipe yourself anymore, right? You have like assistants for that.
Are you asking me how to get involved with my coaching, or what is the average age of girls on Tinder that I talk to? Both. Okay. So how to get involved with coaching, you just send me an email, playingwithfirechannel@gmail.com. You say that you're interested, and then we move, we connect on there. In terms of the average girls I talk to, I probably talk to girls between 25 and 30, I would say is the average age, but I'm 33. Probably 25 to 33, I would say, actually. But I have banged a good amount of 18, 19-year-old girls in the last like 3-4 years. But that's not the average girl that I go for. Like the average girls I go for are like late 20s. I think that I do have clients, though, a lot of clients who are like 20, 21. So I don't think that game is like radically different for college girls. There are some differences. They're more likely to have like Snapchat and stuff like that. But aside from that, I don't think there's a major difference. I'm just going to take a piss real quick. Hang on a second.
Chat.
Hey, quick question. Did you see my cam turned on?
We did, yeah.
Oh shit.
You should have done it backstage. I know you said you didn't want to dox yourself, but you're a black pill too, aren't you?
I don't know. I think these pills are, the retarded. It's
Okay, I completely fucking agree, and I have no idea how people became like such heavy orbiters.
yeah.
Well, of this channel, is that what you're saying?
Not just this channel, but Destiny 2.
Right.
You talk about orbiting in general.
Just
Yeah.
the verbiage, like red pill, black pill. It just doesn't make sense. So
Yeah, all this red pill, black pill, like orbiting stuff. Like one thing that like really impressed me about like the red pill stuff was how they pushed it so quickly and so fast without any real world evidence of like anything they're saying being true.
Which community? Red Pill?
Yeah, the red pill. It was like it seemed like the only way you could believe in the red pill was if the red pill was the only source of information that you took in. It had to be the way you got your news and the way you got your entertainment and like where you got your fitness advice. Like unless you locked yourself in a room with just red pill content and that was all your algorithm was, it would be impossible to believe this stuff. Like you would actually have to stop going outside and stop touching grass to believe in the red pill.
At the end of the day, the vast majority of people don't actually look at primary sources or look at research. They go off random shit they hear on the internet, random shit their friends say, random shit they hear on the podcast. So whenever you hear someone say, "Oh, I did my own research and I came to this conclusion," 99% chance they just heard it on the Joe Rogan podcast. So yeah, it's kind of like pretty standard for people. So people believe what they want to believe. So if you're like, "Yo, fuck women," you're going to want to be more likely to believe, "Oh, women are more likely to blah, 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 blah." So people, generally speaking, will just believe what they want to believe. Very few people actually like open to changing their perspectives.
Yeah.
I just kind of disagree that the red pill has no basis in reality. It exists.
No, definitely has some basis in reality.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. Like it's like to me, when I hear a lot of like red pill talk points, I hear about I hear about women, and that maybe they shouldn't say women, they should say certain types of women, so they're overgeneralized, and the traits are exaggerated. Like hypergamy is an exaggerated trait. People go for the best partner, but they'll settle if like let's say they're in the same class or something like that, or like they just were yeah somebody talk to them first, and the second guy might have been hotter. Like there's all these ways around like hypergamy. It's not like a set in stone thing, but in general, to say that people don't want the best partner for themselves, to say that that doesn't happen is kind of like I don't know, kind of a little foolish. Like yeah, people want the best for themselves. That's not a revolutionary concept.
Yeah, but that's not just a red pill take. That's just a take in general, right? Like hypergamy is proven. Any psychiatrist or like anyone who studies like sociology will tell you that like hypergamy exists. It's just the way that they describe it. Like yeah, it's true that trends show that women marry or date like socioeconomically like equal or above. But the idea that like women will monkey branch at any like given time, that really only applies to a certain type of woman who's has to be like incredibly high in like openness to experience, definitely like novelty seeking. Like of course if you got like a OnlyFans babe who's willing like to share the top 1%, but a lot of people don't even look for the top 1% or will ever meet someone who lives in the 1%. So definitely, like, there's an overgeneralization.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is the vast majority of people date within their socioeconomic class.
Agreed. Yep.
Well, the issue with so much of this, I guess, red pill, black pill theory is that it does not replicate across cultures. So it does not seem to be like none of this seems to have anything to do really with the fundamentals of human behavior. It seems to be something that's culturally constructed and culturally bound, and therefore is subject to change over time.
Yep. It doesn't even map up like across the country. Like they're in like where Brickell?
Yeah, they live like literally 2 centimeters away from me.
Yeah. So like just the woman that would be, they always say like they draw off like all sorts of different types of people, whatever, right? But like the whatever podcast is located like in Vegas, or is that Rolo's that's in Vegas?
San Francisco or so. I don't know. Some
Whatever's in Santa Barbara, Rolo is in Vegas, and Fresh and Fit is in Miami.
Yeah, so it's like these places alone already you're selecting first.
But also in Miami, dude, like the average girl in Miami is not like the average girl you see on Fresh and Fit. You know, there's a massive sample bias because a very small, unique percentage of girl will go on Fresh and Fit. Those are the girls who are trying to get their clout up and stuff like that. But most girls in Miami are not like girls like Fresh and Fit. That is the dumbest idea ever. I've lived down the street from them for a very long time, and I can vouch for that. There are some girls like that, but they're the exception. They're not the rule.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Toronto, and there are some girls like that too.
Yeah, I think the thing is, once the entertainment industry or people in the entertainment industry come into dating and all that stuff, I think all the Fresh and Fit stuff makes sense. So if you're talking about an OnlyFans girl, somebody that's trying to market on IG, people that are selling something online. Like once you get into like this online world, I think the ideas of monkey branching, the ideas of girls only want to look for this certain type of guy, like all of that makes sense. So like I think if anything, if they maybe kept it to girls in the entertainment industry are kind of monkey branches and are shallow and all that stuff, I'd be like, yeah, I can kind of see that. Like I kind of, yeah, like that kind of makes more sense.
Yep. But Alex, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
So, like, when it's kind of two parts. So, firstly, you're not monogamous now, right? Like, did you always know that you weren't going to be monogamous?
No, I didn't always know, but it's been like that for a few years.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for a partner, right, who's also into that, like, I'm non-monogamous too. It's like there's such a small percentage of girls who are going to be open with that, and an even smaller percent of girls who would be like enthusiastic in participating like in threesomes. Like a girl might like tolerate like non-monogamy maybe if she's just not the jealous type, or if there's like a huge difference in status between the two of you. But to find a girl who's actually that open, like the actual personality trait, like openness, high in openness and high in like novelty seeking or adventure seeking, do you think that same girl who would be able to give you those threesomes and travel would also be able to make like for a good wife or a long-term partner?
I will agree that it's a smaller percentage of girls that are well suited for the type of relationship that I have.
Well, I have the same time.
Right. Yeah, it's a small percentage of girl, but they do exist, and there's a decent amount of them. So if you have a good amount of options, you could screen, for a girl who's on the same page as you. I mean, that's doable. I don't think it's as rare as you might think it is. I think if you present it the right way, I think it's a decent percentage of women might be open to it.
Not just open to like a one-sided open relationship or an open relationship, but I mean like also like you wouldn't have to convince her for threesomes. I mean, like if you see Adam and his girl, right?
She needs to be like bi, or at least a little bit bi.
Yeah, but like even if she's bi, right? Like she has to be as open or as like into novelty as you are. But isn't that one of the
No, if she's bi and she's attracted to the girl, then why would she not do it? She might not be into the same type of girl you're into, in which case you need to find a type of girl that you're both attracted to. But if she's into girls, chances are she'll probably want to do it, unless there's jealousy or something.
You think that like really that most girls like once we filter down to this percentage of girls, then on top of that they're gonna have the same sex drive that you do to have as many threesomes as you want to?
Well, I think women on average have a higher sex drive than men, or at the very least it's equal.
Ooh, based. Wow, that was one of the best things I think I've heard you say, Alex.
Well, I say a lot of great things, but yeah, I think the idea that men have a way higher sex drive than women is not based on reality. I've hooked up with countless girls, and pretty much every single one of them has had a higher sex drive than me. So yeah, I mean, I think I've never had any issues with like my girl being like the knuckle dragger when it comes to threesome. Sometimes they're a little like nervous and stuff like that, but in terms of like sexual desire, yeah, I don't know. I've never had that issue at all. I think most women have decently high sex drives, and I don't think, you need to worry about that as a guy. It's like, oh, my girl's never going to want to have sex. It's only a very tiny percentage of girls who have like sexual, either a very low sex drive or sexual stigma, but that's a small percentage of women.
Yeah, I guess this is my third like one-way open. And the first girl, or if I have like a friends with benefits, then sure, she's pretty open. But then it's also a little different if like they're religious. Like they might be open having the threesome, then they're bi and they're attracted to the girl. But it's just been my experience so far that like if let's say I could fuck a new girl every week or twice a week, like I don't think I've met that many girls who can. But it's also different because I'm in school.
But you haven't met too many girls that can fuck once or twice a week?
Like fucking that would feel comfortable catching a new body once or twice a week.
Oh, well, that's a little different.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I said like I mean like you have a girl, you're in an open relationship, but someone who wants to grind out as many threesomes as you do in that period of time.
I guess you want to then find a girl with a little bit of a higher sex drive who is down for that. I mean, girls will mentally justify it because they won't really count that as a body because it's another woman. So a lot of girls will kind of give themselves a mental exception. It's like, I'm not really adding, you know, a new body to my body count. It's a girl, so it doesn't really count. Which, you know, you gotta do what they gotta do. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really had an issue in that department with like my sex drive being like higher than the girl.
One thing, there's a difference between a one-way open relationship and an open relationship, right? You guys have talked about it like they're interchangeable, but if she has sex, but only with you, but with women, it's still kind of open on her end. She can still fuck people.
It depends on how you have it set up. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want Natty hanging out with a girl if I'm not there.
Really?
Yeah. But that's just me. I'm not saying that's the right answer.
Yeah. No, I'd let my girl hang out with the girl. Like, she can have a girlfriend. It's actually easier that way, especially if I'm working or doing things.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm not trying to say that. Like,
yeah. But
like,
but the actual question was, let's say you did have a girl with that type of sex drive, right, who was comfortable with catching a new body like every week or every 2 weeks. I'm saying with that type of novelty, right, how do you think she would make for a good long-term partner? Like, it's a hypothetical scenario. Like, because a lot of guys have that dream, right? They'll have the one-way open, they'll have threesomes. But I'm saying to have a girl who's open to that type of thing and that high in openness.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's a little bit of a catch-22. I mean, me
Exactly.
personally, I'm not trying to have a new threesome every weekend though. Like, I'm cool with like once every 2 months or something like that. So for me, that's never been an issue. But yeah, I see what you're saying about that being catch-22. And yeah, you're probably right. There's an element of a catch-22 there. Sure. What's up, Duke?
Yo, what's good? Can y'all hear me all right?
Yes. How did your stream go? You were covering what, Melina versus Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, that was the last show I just did. My bad, dude. I had to dip out real quick because somebody I go see had to go see a raptor, and then she's like at least a good minute away. So, but yeah, no, I had to do that live stream because wait, first of all, did you see that live stream? What do you think about it?
I didn't see the live stream. I saw very small parts of that debate between Myron and Melina. I really didn't see enough to make an opinion.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Did you see Melina and Myron debate on Valuetainment? That's what I'm talking about.
I only saw very small parts of it, so I can't make an opinion. I didn't see enough of it.
It was complete cringe, man. Because because here's the thing, these guys, a lot of their talking points, man, it's actually starting to cascade in on them, right? This guy is literally making an argument, and one was I was actually kind of flabbergasted with. He literally said that a woman, in order to get respect in a long-term relationship, like you need to instill fear in her, right? And like you need to treat her you need to treat her like she's some kind of terrorist or some shit. Like, it's crazy.
That's not exactly what he said. I think what Myron said was that in order for a woman to respect you, she has to fear losing you in some sort of way. She's not supposed to be afraid of you. But the idea that if she left, her life would be worse off without
that's
you.
what I'm talking about. So why would you want your girl to be afraid of you?
No, but it's not that you want your girl to be afraid of you. It's that the idea that if you were to leave, right, her life would get worse.
It's not an idea. No. Stop. It wasn't an idea. He was stating that as fact. You're saying the idea. You keep referring to that, and it's almost like making an excuse for what the fuck he's actually saying. He's saying utilize emotional games, right? Which is basically what he's advocating for. Emotional games when you're basically playing with a woman and saying that, trying to play this game where if she's afraid of you of leaving, that she's going to, emotionally get her in line. You see what I'm saying? So what you have to do essentially is behave in a certain way, and that would basically indicate her walking on eggshells, so she avoids basically pissing you off, so she doesn't want to lose you. But what is it exactly she's losing? What type of guy would play that kind of game with the woman? That's exactly what he's advocating for.
Listen, I'm not
make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I'm not like seeing all we've heard of Myron. I wouldn't go as far as to bat for him at all or say that may not be his end goal. But literally what he did say, and he said it many times, he's been pretty consistent on that, is that like if you provide for her and you expose her to new things, the idea that her life would be better without you, like, just can't be true. She should be afraid of losing you. Not that you should be afraid of you physically or anything, And yeah, like I also agree that probably his
You're
end goal.
missing.
No, hold on. Just let me finish my point.
Element, which is
Let me
here.
finish my point.
You're
His
missing
end
the
goal
core
is definitely.
element, bro. It's
Hold on,
here.
just let me finish my point. His end goal is definitely to make it so that his girl feels like she's replaceable and that she should walk on eggshells, right? So I'm not denying or like disagreeing with you there. I think we're on the same page. But just to be clear, like he did say that it's the idea of losing you that should scare her.
In other words, yeah, choose here. Why not? You understand? It's basically playing games. You understand that, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, who gives a
That-
fuck
that-
what
that-
Myron
that's the
has to say
definition of
about
playing
dating? Myron has literally said he's never been in a relationship. What the fuck does he know? It's like asking a homeless guy about money.
Did he say that? No, that guy.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's dating someone like right. He's
Bro,
dating a
bro,
few
bro,
girls right now that
you
view his go to his panel.
Literally in that Valuetainment podcast alone, bro. Literally, he asked his own audience, bro, how many of you guys are married or in a relationship? 2 people raised their hands for marriage, right? How many people in relationships? 4 people raised their hands. He asked how many people were single. Majority of that audience raised their hands. You know what's troubling? A lot of these guys are old, some of them are middle age, and they still can't get this shit right. Are you kidding me? These guys are listening to it like 32-year-olds like Myron with no relationship experience whatsoever. Tell them they need to be playing games at the age of 40 with some of them. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, that's obviously like their target audience, right? Like you would have to be.
They don't have experience.
Yeah, well, obviously, like to be like a fresh and fit fan at 30, things have to have gone like pretty rough for you, right? And you're looking for. I would probably argue that the more futile you feel on a day-to-day basis in your dating life, the more radical messaging like you'd be willing to accept or get behind.
Well, here's an interesting question, actually. I guess I'll start with you, Duke. What would be like? How do you think that relations between men and women ought to be structured?
So I think in this day and age and I'm dealing with average individuals, I'm not talking about this high value bullshit that I think is scam, but with average individuals where you have the men and the women both have to pay in some kind of income, I think the relationship should be more of a balancing act, right? Where they're both bringing in a certain amount of income to make sure they stay afloat, but they're also complement each other, right? So one side does something and the other side does other stuff. And when it comes to the household situations, right? The only exception is if the woman should end up pregnant, then I think that the guy should take up a lot more of the load and stuff in the household and things like that, just for the sake of the child. But realistically, I think we should start looking at a more equal way to go, because a lot of times these guys are talking from the end of, well, high value this, and if you're that guy, she'll take care of you. But the vast majority of guys nowadays, they're not going to be able to be a spot where they're going to be making 6 figures, enough money to be taking care of a family of 1 or 2, 3. It takes about what, $200,000 to raise 1 kid till college. I mean, are you kidding me? Guys' incomes are dwindling. Inflation so much of our savings is ridiculous. So these mystery traditional men that they're trying to seek out, it doesn't exist anymore. We need to be changing all the actual times. And I don't care if saying buy courses and get 6 figures, whatever the fuck it is. It's just simply not going to work. We need an average relationship where you have a situation where men need to understand that women are in the workforce now, and they need to understand that they have to pick up certain responsibilities, and the women have to pick up certain responsibilities. All right, not saying that we're like totally equal or anything like that. It's just saying that we need to start seriously complimenting each other and stop looking at from scenarios where guys are, this providers or whatever it is. It doesn't exist anymore. You don't bring on the bacon anymore. You need both people to do it.
I'm gonna explain how to maintain a relationship in under a minute. It's actually very simple. Number 1, screen very, very carefully for a girl who has good character, good values, good morals, who is has a good relationship with her family and friends, right? Stuff like that, right? Number 2 is make sure that you are less invested than her, right? So or at the very least equal investment, but you don't want to be in a position where you're way more invested than she is, right? So avoid having that happen. Number 3, have really good communication. Communicate very clearly what your needs are and have her communicate as well. Number 4, avoid building up resentment. Number 5, fuck the shit out of her so that she is very sexually tied to you. Number 6, let things develop naturally. Don't push a relationship in a direction for which it's not ready for. And number 7, you don't need to actually buy her shit or be a provider or any of that nonsense. Nothing wrong with when you take her out, you just fucking buy her dinner. That's totally fine, or buying her a nice gift. But you don't need to be her provider or her sugar daddy or anything like that. That's not really a solid foundation for a relationship. That's basically it. And if you do all these things, you'll probably be okay. Bam. Problem solved. All right, let me bring on Ben Thorpe. He wanted to come on for a little bit, and then we'll wrap up.
Hey, Alex.
Hello, Benjamin.
What's going on? Hey, Duke, I saw your appearance with Andrew Wilson. Wasn't it Andrew Wilson you were talking about religion about?
He's in the car, but I think
he's gone. He did a great job. Alex, I wanted to talk a little bit about, I know you had to keep things moving yesterday. I wanted to hash out a little bit your advice to me with, and I have to say, that was the high point sexually of my life. I was in the same place, in a sense, with Lucia and Sky, who are, absolute tens. So I thank you for that. And I thought I did a pretty good job with them, but you offered some advice I wanted to push back on a little bit.
I definitely don't think you did a pretty good job, but
I got a maybe out of Lucia. Sky took a phone call, but I think it was a yes. And Malik, I negged her. So I think I got 3 Y's, 3 W's.
What helps you sleep at night, my man?
Well, Alex, you would admit in 5 minutes, okay, a guy who's older, right? In 5 minutes, I'm not going to be able to get a W, right? It's a long-term game. A guy like me, and maybe a lot of these guys out here have to play a longer-term game where, in 5 minutes, you're not going to get the.
Well, right? Yeah, kind of like where I told you where you fucked up is when you insulted Malik.
Yes.
Because what happens is when you insult one girl, the other girl, unless you know them really well, they're just going to automatically turn their brain off. So
but you're saying
during that first insult,
you're saying if I come up on 3 girls who are out together, that would be true. I agree with that. But these girls didn't really know each other.
It doesn't matter. They've been on this. Girls will always side with each other over men. But
Lucia sided with me. She sided with me.
Oh, she did.
Yes, she did. She said, I hate it when girls do that to guys, call them creeps. And then, yeah, she did say that. Yes, she did.
Do you remember what she said when we asked if she would go on a date with you? She was like, maybe.
Yep. No, she said no. And then I said, could I get a maybe, Lucia? And she said, yeah, okay.
Does that count?
That doesn't sound like a girl who's interested.
Yeah, but Alex, you understand if a guy comes on real strong like I did, the no can sometimes be just like, I don't know what I'm getting into here. She didn't know the backstory with me and Malik, so I'm just saying.
But the backstory doesn't make you look good. That's the problem.
Hey,
it does. Oh, it does. It does make me look good.
How?
I've got a 23-year-old who's like going crazy trying to get my attention. And when I what you call it, negging someone, she's like interested. How's that? How's a 23-year-old like out of her mind?
You're offering to buy her a car and shit. Like that's just.
I didn't offer to buy her a car. I said she could take the car that I had.
Oh, okay, fine. Sorry, correction.
And I did it because I know she has siblings. I don't want to get into her personal life, but I did it out of
super
family.
Duper simpy. Do you not see that?
How is it simpy?
You're literally giving a woman you know nothing about.
I would do the same for you if you were in a pinch and you had kids and you said I need a car.
Really, Ben? You would give me a vehicle?
Absolutely, I would. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so where can I pick up my vehicle? Let's put this to the test.
Well, you don't have kids and you're not in a pinch.
Okay, Duke has kids. Will you give him a vehicle?
If he needed a vehicle, I would. Yes, obviously. If I had a vehicle, I'm not using it. I'd make an arrangement with him to, whatever, pay me back.
Well,
but I would.
Fuck you too, or how does that work?
What did you just say?
Does he have to fuck you, or how does that arrangement work?
I didn't put any. I didn't put any. She lied when she said, "Oh, Ben said you can do this, that, or the other thing." I never said that.
Okay,
I just wanted to penetrate Malik's ear hole and be able to complain a little. That's all I wanted to do.
I don't believe you for a second when you say that you would give a guy a free vehicle that you don't know on the internet.
I didn't say free. I said if a guy was in a pinch who had kids and he was legitimately in a pinch, guy, girl, whatever, I don't care. Black, white, or Chinese, I would, if I knew them a little bit, I would say like, sure, yeah. And I had an extra car. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. I'm going to pose the same question I posed to them. What do you think that relations between the sexes ought to look like, Ben?
I agree with what Duke was saying. We should work together, obviously.
I also think that guys and girls should work together. We're definitely past this idea of like men, like these traditional like dynamics. And I don't know
Well,
why.
that never existed in the first place. That was a myth anyway. That people didn't really live like that.
What?
But I think there is an imbalance.
Wait.
I think there is an
People
imbalance.
didn't really live like what?
Like this image of like the trad wife and all that was very unrealistic. Maybe some like bourgeois people in the past did, but the vast majority of humanity never lived like that.
Yeah, you don't think the past say like back to the honeymoon is 30, you don't think
We can't
No
hear
one's
you.
camming. No one can get their
Your
audio
audio-
going.
your audio
It's
is
the problem with
really-
men in the
Okay.
modern world.
All right,
Cool, Seal, you guys, we can't hear you, buddy.
You gotta end this.
Okay, wait. So, what would be the arrangement? So, let's say Duke wants your car. What would be the arrangement that you would have to agree to?
Well, I know. I would have to talk with Duke. It looks like Duke's got a car right now. If I may be so bold as to say.
Well, he might need another one. He's got a family.
Well, I don't know how many cars you need, but if he's got a car, Malik said she had no car. I was like, come on, I'll work something out. I trust her.
I just don't believe that for a second that you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart.
Well, maybe there are nice people in the world, Alex. You have to be so goddamn cynical.
There are. They just typically don't do things for strangers that they don't know.
I wouldn't do it
Who
for
just
strangers.
happen
Me and
to
Alex,
be-
this
who
is the
just happen to be
backstory.
attractive women.
Alex and I talked for like 20 hours. On her stream, she did like a 10-hour stream about me, and we talked with me. Yeah. So
And you said Alex. Oh, Malik.
I mean,
Malik.
I'm sorry, Malik.
Okay.
Malik.
Okay.
No, we didn't have any 20-hour conversation.
Okay.
But if I did know you well and I knew you were in a pinch, you just, why wouldn't someone lend a car out if someone's in a pinch? It's not like
This guy's capping. What is he talking?
it's not like a Rolls Royce. I'm just saying it's a car.
It didn't sound like you were going to lend her the car. It sounded like you were.
I want to get to heaven. That's my pill.
But it
I want to
sounded
get to
like you
heaven.
were gonna give her
If you're generous to people, even if they screw you over, you get to heaven. Sorry.
Duke.
Yeah, I think your intention is what matters. I mean, like, why would she be so pissed off that you were offered to give her a car? Like, why would that piss her off?
That's a really interesting question, Alex, because Malik plays this game of being kind of a hoe and spicy on your stream, but she's actually a very traditional Armenian girl from a very traditional family. And like she's trying to and I think a lot of females online are trying to negotiate this because Grace went through the same thing of, are you being a hoe? Are you hoeing yourself out? Or are you being dignified? Can you ride the line properly? And so like, I think she feels bad about like kind of shaking her ass, but she doesn't do it. I saw Lucia's videos, by the way. I don't know where you get that woman is so gorgeous, but her videos are interesting because they are legit exercise videos, right? I mean, you know what I'm talking about? The South Sweat Beach, I think is the name of her channel. And they're just like, it's just her doing like an exercise routine. Like she's an aerobics instructor or something, but like the way the camera shoots it, it's obviously, I don't know what it is. What is it? It's like Sports Illustrated used to be, like swimsuit angles.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben,
I don't know.
Why was Malik so pissed that you were gonna do something nice for her?
So I think she feels like, I think some women feel like they're like you are, cynical, right? So they're like, no one could be this nice, and I can't deal with like someone being nice.
Seemed like she felt like there was some ulterior motive going on.
Yeah, right. Because women women have been taught that that's the proper response. And Lucia actually was a little bit that way. She was a little bit like, oh, you're bringing a very strong game. So she eased off a little, but she smiled and she left. And
holy fuck.
I just don't believe for a second there's no ulterior motive. Just own it, man. There's nothing.
All right.
wrong.
So you're a cynical, right? You're Jewish. You're a cynical Jew.
Whoa, okay.
I don't think my ethnicity has anything to do with
Well,
it.
yeah.
Wait, Alex, are you
I'm
Jewish?
just kidding with you.
Some
Jews are cynical. Some Jews are
Wait,
not.
Alex, are you Jewish?
Rich older dudes, they're so nice to like young female girls, but they're
Yeah,
massive.
I think men are generally nice. I think
They're-
men are
they're
generally
dicks.
nicer than
Everyone
women.
else.
Yes.
Ben, how much money have you donated to charity? Real question.
What?
So, bro, Catholic.
How much money have you donated to charity in the last year?
in the last year I haven't, but over.
Okay, so
Why,
you want to
why do I have to
donate
give
to
you
a random
receipts? I'm a
Wait,
non-Jewish
Alex,
generous
are you
man.
Jewish?
I'm a
You
generous
won't
man.
donate
I'm
to, like,
sorry.
random people who are actually hungry or starving, whatever. Okay.
Okay, I've donated. I'm not going to sit here. I don't donate it to impress you, but yeah, if
Well, it's not
that's what.
impressing me. I just don't buy this like my motive is pure type of
So you
thing.
don't think there are nice people in the world, or you just don't think I'm one of them?
I don't think that you're trying to don't give her a car out of the kindness of your heart.
Well, I wasn't going to give it to her, but I was going to, whatever.
I think you were
With
trying
an
to
arrangement.
smash, which is fine, but I think that the fact that you're in denial about that is
By using a car. But if I'm using a car to do that, then it's like a whore. I'm not going to pay for a hooker. I mean, that's pathetic, in my opinion.
But do you understand how
knows
somebody
that.
could do that? Yeah, how she could think that because of, I don't know if you've actually made an advance on her or flirted with her, but if you were flirting with her and then
Yeah, of
within
course I
5
flirted
minutes
with her.
because of the so within 5 minutes you're also saying
She
I want to give
flirted
you a
with
car.
me first, though. She
Yeah,
flirted.
but I'm saying, okay, so you're flirting back and forth, and then you offered her a car. Don't you see how, like that, because of the implications of everything you were saying, how that comes off like you're offering her a car for sex because the flirting didn't work or something like that?
No.
It kind of comes off like you don't see that?
No.
Well, I would say then that's what she saw, and that's why she probably got mad. So I would say in
Because
the
she's
future,
cynical, like Alex and you.
well,
You're
I would
cynical. You
say
don't think
then
if
that
people can be nice. Alex asked me, do I think older men can be nice? The answer is yes.
but again,
men are nice.
It's just a coincidence that they're always nice to young hot girls. It's just a coincidence.
Exactly.
And I would also say that
would you do that for a girl you're not attracted to? What if she was like about 100 pounds over?
It helps. I don't know.
You don't know?
Would I
If she
do
was
it to
100
an
pounds
ugly
over,
fat
you
girl?
don't
The
wanna
answer
get
is
that?
no. The answer is
no,
no.
but I'll say that Ben.
I'll tell you this. I think fat girls are lazy, so I wouldn't want to make a lazy person lazier. I think that's generally true.
I got you. So Ben, I believe you 100%. I'll just say your intentions weren't communicated clearly because of all the context that you missed outside of that. So I'll say, even if you were right,
I don't even think he knows what his intentions
Hey,
were.
Q2, why don't you suck my dick, dude? Fuck off. What do you got to
What
tell
did
me?
I- No,
why
your
can't you
intentions-
tell me? Why can't you
Yeah.
be supportive of a good man? Why? Why do you have to bust my balls?
Because I'm saying that I've been nice to people that took it the wrong way. Sometimes it's about timing. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's about timing.
Yeah, but shit, dude, it wasn't like I came out of the blue. I've talked with her for many, many hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, then you should have known her response. Why were you surprised
She's
if she
a
got
bitch.
upset?
She's just
But
a bitch.
provide clarification. When you say you talked to her for hours, you mean during her like coaching service, right?
No, I never did the coaching service. I just said I would be willing to. But in reality, I wouldn't have done it because it feels cheap. And I said on her stream that I thought she was being a whore and whoring herself out for money, like shaking her ass and showing her tits.
Oh, she
and
missed
I
that.
talked about her parents. And I said, your parents are kind of right, like, because they don't like the streaming. I was like, because here's the thing online for girls, right? You can either do the tits and ass thing, or you could bring like real content, as a person, which doesn't mean you don't have tits and ass, but you can't there's no middle ground. Either you go one way or the other. And I think girls who try to ride this middle line, they end up feeling ashamed of themselves, and they should. Malik should feel ashamed of herself for what she does online.
Well, like you mean like if girls like
I do want to wrap up, but I do have a question I want to actually ask you, Ben. What's the deal with the e-wedding that Grace is doing? With
I really want to have a lot of people here for it. I mean, Grace took off, so I don't know where she is, but I'm pretty sure she's going to come back. She's marrying a guy named Darius, who claims he's half black, but
Darius,
I don't think so. Darius on Twitch. He's like part of the Destiny Orbiter thing.
Yeah, Darius IRL. He says
he's kind of a spontaneous guy, so he bought tickets out here, and we've got a beautiful property right on the water, and he's gonna live stream the whole thing.
Are they actually getting married?
Well, no, married. I mean,
how long did they know each other for?
Like 2 hours.
Yes, for content.
Okay.
Yeah, but
for content. Okay.
Well, what is marriage, Alex?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't do e-marriage.
It's just an opportunity to stream and have fun. And but I do invite anybody who wants to come. I got plenty of space. It'll be fun. He's going to stream the whole time. And it's fun to do an IRL thing. You've done that, Alex, on occasion, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. People like it. It kind of makes it real. I've got since you're Jewish, I've got a great idea for an investment.
You're not, are you?
Half Jewish, half Russian, right?
Well, you can be a Russian Jew. I'm half Jewish and half non-Jewish, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. What's your idea?
So listen, I'm going to get evicted from this property in another month, supposedly. But what I was thinking, I got things in the works to get it to get a hold of the property. Wouldn't it be cool to have a streaming house, that has cameras everywhere, and you have a bunch of Chinamen in the basement, working the cameras and like all the angles, and then you have streamers like an Airbnb, but it's live streamed. Wouldn't that be cool? I think you make a lot of money off that.
There's people who already do that. Yeah, there's a bunch of stream.
They do that. Not. I'm not talking about Hollywood studios. I'm talking about like private, just people.
I guess, yeah, you could do that. I mean, I certainly would not want to live in one of those because I like my privacy. But
no, but I mean, well, so there's a back house too here. So the back house would be like offline. But I'm saying like a nice house. This isn't like. Whatever.
I'll hit up my Jewish brethren.
We need some money. I need some Jews and Chinamen to get together.
We'll think about it. Yeah,
I need a text. Wouldn't that be cool?
Discuss it over the next Jew get together.
The Bilderberg group when you guys get together.
Yeah, when we hang out. All right,
I think that's a great idea.
One last question for you, Alex. I'm interested in like possibly if this is a realistic possibility, or if not, you can just tell me no. But I'm interested in potentially having like an online debate with any of the Black Pillars, if you could possibly set that up.
I can introduce you to them, but I wouldn't want to host it on my channel. But there's other channels that will host it.
Alex, why don't you have me debate Malik about EHOs? And whether that's perfect for you because it's we already set it up kind of.
I don't know if she would want to do it, but I can ask her. But yeah, anyway, Traditional Culture Preservation Society. You can email me and I'll put you in touch with some. But yeah, I wouldn't want to host it because I'm done with like Black Bill content.
Why do you say I don't know if she'd want to do that? Of course. But why don't you say like, hey, that sounds great? Yeah, fuck that bitch.
I can't promise on her behalf. I can't fucking.
I know you can't, Alex. But I'm saying, hey, yeah.
Doesn't seem like my estimate is the probability is pretty low. But hey, we'll see. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. Then maybe
I'm a nice guy. I'm a good debater, but it'd be a little like fun. It'd be a fun kind of debate. You know what I mean? Like the balance between males and females, especially online. That's a big thing, right? YouTube, OnlyFans, all that stuff. Where do you draw the line? It's kind of ethics. It's your lane, right? And your chat fucking loves me. They love me.
On for 3 minutes before we wrap up. Unfortunately, no. I do want to wrap up. I got plans later on, so I got to wrap up. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. I think this was a interesting stream. We went in so many different directions. We covered the Ashley and what's his name, Greg drama. Then we had a little bit of Ben excitement. We had Duke on. We talked about a lot of shit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that
energy. I'm going over to Ashley's stream if anyone wants to come over to Ashley's.
Appreciate you all. Have a good night. Take it easy, guys.
Good night.